Bam! And I am live. Good evening, everybody. November 1st, 2019. Let me get a few things adjusted on here. Welcome to a open chat, JJ Superstar. Bam! First in the door. How you doing, JJ? Amy's Life. How you doing, sweetheart? Nice to see you. Just adjusting a few things here. The chill winds of November below. And is it summer? Summer is officially sayonara, everybody. Hey, Jessica, how you doing? Yeah, I understand. I was looking at the weather. I could not believe some of the, I don't know whether it's going to, you can't really judge whether some people are saying, the winter's going to be a tough winter coming up. We really don't know. It unfolds little by little. Hey, Perfect. Glad to see you too. Hey, Nellen. Spirits. How you doing, sweetie? Nice to see you, Spirits. The house looks nice. Yeah, I mean, I go to all this trouble to put up decorations back here, so I might as well get the maximum use out of them. And probably Sunday evening, probably Monday, I'll go ahead and I might wait till next Wednesday. Good evening, Joey D. Nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well down in the Fairfield area. Drink a couple beers tonight, chill out, have a few laughs. As I said on the morning chat today, thank you so much. Let's get rid of Sal. That's another comment that'll never see the light of day. And let's send Sal packing here. Sorry, Sal. Bam. Another one bites the dust. Ooh. Okay, Miguel Perez says, yesterday morning I was eating pepperoni pizza and ham pizza. I don't think I've ever had ham pizza. Drinking RC Cola with my dad for dinner. Boy, I haven't seen RC Cola since Marshall bought one. I took down hey Christina, I took down our fall decorations today. J.A., nice to see you this evening. Miguel Perez, I have to go to sleep tomorrow. I do too. I do too, Miguel. And Scottish Saren, thank you, J.A. You like I think they call it in the trade a bustier. So yeah, nice. Thanks for the last night. Best stream ever, by the way. You look beautiful. I'll tell you, Lavender Flower, you should be on the staff writing team here at the Rosie O'Kelly show, honey. You are a riot. You are a riot. I laughed so hard last night. Had a great time on the stream. And you know, it really is true that the side chat really does make the streams. It puts all the juice and all the excitement, because the creators, and I guess I use that term loosely, those of us who consistently sit on one side of the camera, we feed off what's on the side chat, and it really embellishes and makes it a lot of fun. And I will say, how you doing, Shelby? Thank you. I've got my, I got to go get my hat. Let me get my cowgirl hat. Hold on. It adds a lot to the stream, Scottish. It does. I gotta get my yeehaw on. I gotta get my money's worth out of my $11 hat. So yeah, I'm still in cowgirl mode today. All right, let's see. Thank you. I've had this top for a few years on here. Monique, how you doing, sweetie? What is up in Monique's world? Nice to see you, honey. Yeehaw, right? If I could have ridden a horse, I wouldn't have got my car towed away in Cheyenne, right, on that. So, you have that same one? This came from Mexico. This was actually made in Mexico. I thought it was going to be a cheap one. that was made in China, but it was actually made in Mexico. Hello, Joni. I have to get ready for Texas and all you all down there, all y'all down in Texas. Hey, Oddsball. How you doing tonight? Nice to see you. Yeah, let me see if I hope I didn't miss anything. Oh, good van job today. People, the viewers have been very patient with me when it comes to doing the van build. I think a lot of people are becoming increasingly fascinated with how factories build out coaches and things and what they do. So I think it's going to get more interesting. Johnny Wad. Flooring, we always had a saying, when I worked construction, we had a saying, flooring is boring, okay, but flooring is absolutely critical for any home. Have you ever had a home that's kind of sinking one end of the house and you put a tennis ball on the floor and it rolls away all by itself? I hate that kind of stuff. Shelby says, I got mine when I went with my sister. I got the white one. She got a tan one. Was our first trip to Mexico. Loved it. Had a blast. Then I drank too much tequila. Well, don't stop the story there, Shelby. Hello, cute kitty. How are you? You just stopped that story right there. They say tequila is a real panty dropper. I'm not sure. Hello, next page, PJ. Nice to see you. Drinking experiences, you have to walk a fine line. And of course, I'm a unique individual. I've walked both sides of the dating line, men and women. And everything is cool to a point. But if you drink too much, and you know what I mean, the wheels fall off the car, somebody ends up puking and then they're miserable. Then you get a lot of crap the next day because you tried to get them drunk and blah, blah, blah. What's up, Vinny G? How you doing, mate? Got Vinny G in the chat. Nice to see you, Vinny. I hope your recovery's going well. I haven't seen you go on live too much lately, Vinny, so I hope you're doing good. I think our times are clashing. I'm working like crazy on the van build. My days are really consumed with that. So it's really nice to see Vinny. Tequila in Tijuana can't get wild. La Vida Loco experience. And yeah, Mexico is, I can't wait to get back. Thank God I was in the hotel's pool area, lost my favorite shoes, but I did make it to my room. I had a nun give me a lap dance on live. Where's that, Vinny? I know you put it on private. Send me a link. Hi, Rosie. Hey, Spanky. You don't have much on tonight. You afraid to catch fire? Well, I'm enjoying the afterglow still of Mexico, and this is the only thing I came back from Mexico with. No STDs. Nothing was harmed in the making of my travels to Mexico. Hello, Jay. Let's see, Greg. What's up? Greg Travels. Welcome to the chat to you. So yeah, it was a good day on the van build today. But like I said, hey, Katie, Los Algodones, Dental, Shelby, Kiwana. There's my beauty queen. No STDs. Hey, Ward. How you doing? My lonely night, it just got better. How you doing, Lemon Day? Nice to see you. And yeah, Vinny's been in construction for a lot of years. I've kind of weaved in and out when I was going through college. I worked as a framing. I had a lot of very interesting mechanical type of jobs. I worked engine rebuilding. When the Bethlehem Steel Works was just closing down towards the end on Key Highway in Baltimore. That was interesting. But my best experiences were working as a framing carpenter. How you doing, my world in OKC? And it's always fun. Thank you, Kiwana. It'd be cool, Kiwana, if you did a live stream sometime. That would really be wild. And you remember the old Capital One commercial, the answer's always no, right? Well, that's the way I am with Marshalls. Like, I'd like to have this here, and this would be cool to have. This would be cool to have that there. That would, man, wouldn't that be wild if we did this? I'm like, yeah, 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 that would be really cool. Yeah, and we could put this thing over here, and this thing could hang there, and you could have a TV and a stripper pole, and yeah, you could have a DVD player. Yeah, put a TV up there. And he's like, can you do it? No. Hey, Blackhearted, how you doing? Love you, honey. Very nice. What an honor to see you in here tonight. Yeah, Kawana, do a live stream. That would be cool. Yeah, just say no. Just say no. The answer is always. So I like to get Marshall worked up to a frenzy, and then it's like, well, can we get started on that? No, I'm not going to do that. It'll be, why can't we do that? Because there's no money. I'm already rummaging through scrap piles for wood. Yeah, unprofessional attempting gardening. He almost cut my power cord there, so I can't guarantee he's not coming in. I don't know. He's getting something to eat out there. How was I feel? I was feeling good. I think I had 5 beers last night. This is my usual amount that I drink on the yeah, such a tease. Can you imagine on the pole? What I got to get, Scottish? You and me, Lemon Day, because this channel's not monetized. My Rosie Murphy channel is monetized. That's fine. I have PayPal if you feel so inclined, but this is just my fun, my main channel. I'm eligible to apply for remonetization, but quite frankly, I'm not willing to put the time in or the inclination to. We did not make it to the P.O. box today. Reason being, and I don't want to hang it on Missy Jen. Reason we didn't, OKC, is we have this. Missy Jen was in, and I got to be careful because I risk life and limb. Missy Jen was in Jeffree Star mode today. Missy Jen is gone. I hope she doesn't turn into one of those makeup. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Patricia. I hope she doesn't turn into one of those makeup mavens that has closets full of makeup and stuff like that, because she is really into all of this beauty community now. Thank you, OKC. I think we'll probably get to that on Monday, but I'm hoping she doesn't turn into one of those, I gotta have this, I gotta have that, because consequently, she was really pissed off this morning. She'd waited in line to get her order. She's like, ooh, I'm in checkout, I'm just waiting, don't refresh your screen or you'll lose your place in line, and blah blah blah. Next thing you know, bam, the page goes off, and she's like, oh my God. So I think she spent hours. Yeah, they're all sold out. They are, Black, they are all sold out. Thank you, Joni. Did she get her order today? I think finally she did. So that's why she was hugging the computer today. How you doing, Carlos? And she really tries not to see what's going on outside with the van build. We have tools. The weather's really cherry, so there are tools spread over everywhere. Pieces of wood and paneling. It looks like a scrapyard here. I finally got my pallet. I was hoping Missy Jen got hers. She is happy. I think she showed that last night. Cute kitty, Rosie, your mind is just as sexy. Oh, you're sweet, honey. Missy Jen should just do monthly. I turned over. Some of you remember probably Monique. I used to do a monthly Boxy Charms opening. And people thought I was just playing around, but I didn't know what half this stuff was. Some goo you put on your face, you peel it away. Some kind of other goo you put on your eyes. There's some kind of third kind of goo you put on your eyelashes. And I would open that stuff up and I would just sit it somewhere, right? Because I don't know. I mean, my makeup repertoire, guys, you know this. You remember Monique? Is one eyeliner, 911D Wet n Wild lipstick, and that's it. That's the only thing. So if I get companies asking me, you know, will you promote it? Are you interested in promoting this product? Tell us how much you would want for a fee to do a video or something like that. And what I do is just send them the link to my BoxyCharms openings. And I said, if this is the way you would like me to detail your product, and I never hear back from Hey, Whiskey, thank you for doing it. And I never hear back from them again. Consummated from all the string cheese. I gotta tell you, Whiskey, Marsha was head over heels. You did that video on your table attachment. That was very thoughtful of you to do that. He came running. Oh, guess what? You know, hey Jessica, Whiskey did a video for me. I can't believe it. It's a really good brother. You know, we're gonna work out at the gym, and we're. Let's go slow on this bromance, you know. Let's go slow. Cute kitty says, I smile when I'm thinking about you, and now I'm alone. You be, oh, thank you, sweetie. I ain't nothing. You like the fireplace? Thank you. It is. It came from Canada. I don't know what it is. Still say wrap him in foil as a body. I love that lavender. What a great. You know what lavender said? Wrap Marshall in aluminum foil. And hey, Andrew, and be a baked potato for trick or treat. What the fuck are you? Huh? Man, did you have a nuclear explosion in your body? What the hell are you, foil man? Foil man or something like that? No, it's like I'm a baked potato for Halloween. Well, fuck, man, and I'm a pork chop. Hey, Janet, where's the Christmas decoration? And I'm a pork chop. You know, if you're a baked potato, I'm a T-bone steak, right? So, you know, it's shit. That's exactly right. Jessica Jennifer's greatest saying that she brought to the void. This is why we can't have nice things in the void. Exactly, exactly. So, I know, I can't believe it. I mean, it just killed me last night, the baked potato. Janet, what would you think if I came to your house as a baked potato? Jay Winky, Janet would stick a fork in me and just be like, shut up and sit down and let's get eating on here. I just went with foil because I was dreading him seeing in the bikini. Somebody offered to make me a tin foil, aluminum foil bikini, which I thought was pretty wild. But I said, you know what, that might be a little uncomfortable on the delicate. Yeah, Janet would get out the sour cream. It'd be a little uncomfortable on your bits, and it's probably not as small as I like to wear. Yeah, there we go, Scottish. So that's kind of funny. So Missy Jen's had a smile on her face all day today. For any of you that thought Missy Jen was not happy these days on the rancho, you saw that she was banging with the light last night and as happy as she could be with she's pursuing her dream. She's letting us destroy the property doing this van build, and that the sound of aluminum foil. Have you ever put aluminum foil on your teeth? It is absolutely, Jessica Jennifer. Now I know you're going to run to your kitchen and get a piece. Go bite down on a piece of aluminum foil, a ball of aluminum. Yeah, that's good. We can't wait, Janet. Go bite down on a ball of aluminum foil. It is the most uncomfortable feeling that you get. She got her palette ordered. You know, Lemon Day, and I just think... Yeah, she got a mini palette. Yeah, what, if somebody connected you up on Twitter or something with that? How did you find out about the mini palette? I know you were pissed off this morning.
Himself posted they had problems with the website.
Did you want me to call Jeffrey?
And then Jeffree Star posted that the website was fully functional, and they still had the mini controversial palette available. And I went on the website, and
Yeah.
it was like there was nobody there, and I was the
Oh,
only
that's
one
cool.
there.
Jessica got the bundle in the pink pig makeup bag. I think it's you know, with the boxy charms I had here, you know, they're all just sitting around in boxes. And Jen's like, well, they're not going to do anything for you anyway. So,
So I got the mini palette. Very easy. I went on there. It was like I was all alone there on that website.
that was cool. I
And I
think
got the
Jen,
mini palette too. So I got the big palette and the
she
mini
got the
palette.
big palette and the
So
mini.
it's as if I got the bundle, yeah.
Yeah, Missy was a damn good shit show. You Riley the Roofer. I think I was just saying, had a Pinot. Yeah, I know he did. We follow Big Daddy on there, but yeah, Missy Jen is really enjoying. Life
So
is sweet for her now.
I'm gonna get both palettes.
Yep, Missy Jen's sweet as long as she doesn't look out the back door and. Right, Jen? Talk about a lumber yard. It looks like we're building a damn house back there, doesn't it? There, she's like, I'm not even gonna look back there.
Is now off limits.
Oh, that's cool. In my younger days, I covered my bedroom ceiling with crumpled aluminum foil, and with the black light, it looked like ice. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Jessica Jennifer says, I got booted I don't know how many times. Shopify really dropped the ball. Jessica Jennifer, do you think that any of that could be like PR kind of stuff? Do you think that they could be like Jeffree Star busts the internet or something? You know, I mean,
all the other websites crashed.
remember, I'm all about promotion and self-promotion, so I'm thinking, you know, how you doing, Cinnamon Hot Hot?
There were several other websites like the.
Got the palette, but it took forever. Catcher on the Rye Bread. I heard, Missy says, I heard they were completely overloaded and couldn't handle it. I guess if everything goes into there, you know, you could overload it. You know, I don't think, you know, how many server banks are available on that site? So that's the question.
Worldwide.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So you would think.
There was, and also the other website.
Oh, it won. Shelby says no, it wasn't. They were devastated that it crashed.
Yeah.
No, just too many lovers overloading the system. Okay, Christina. So that's cool. That's okay. How you doing, Beth? What's going on? Thank you, Survivor. I'm in my cowgirl mode for a Friday night. I have to make sure I get maximum use out of my $11, $10 plus tip. My $10 plus tip Mexican hat here. What about the fine collection of cosmetics at Dollar Tree? Yeah, there you go. I think Missy Jen would rather have, well, I won't go there, but rather than use Dollar Tree makeup, right? Unless we're going to take paint off of an area that we needed on an automobile. Yeehaw! Hey Sandy, how you doing, babe? Yeah, Missy Jen got hers. It was touch and go. She was a little, hey Napalm, she was a little pissed off. I'm going to say this
2
one.
hours.
Yeah.
For me to get the.
It was time consuming.
To get the controversy palette, and then after 5 hours when they had the website. And then Jeffrey posted himself that the website was fully functional and they had still the mini palette available, and I was able to go on their website and order the mini palette. And then I ordered some other things that they still had available. I cannot disclose what it is because I got doubles, because some of it is for Rosie Girl.
Ooh.
For Christmas, so I cannot disclose what it is.
That should be a hoot. You know, all we're known for at Christmas is having our annual boob off to see whose big boobs are bigger every year. But I'm glad that Jen got that. I mean, that's important to her, and I fully support her. It adds to her happiness, the direction that she's gone on YouTube. Certainly last night, you saw a very happy Missy Jen on the Hangout, and she always does that. She goes all in when she goes to costuming and things. She really, there we go. Mikey said, "Looking bomb, want to do it all with you." There we go. So Missy Jen goes all in on that stuff. So I'm really happy. for her that she was able
I've got
to.
the conspiracy palette, which is the big one. And then the controversy, I think is what the small one is called. The mini controversy. Yeah, that's the controversy mini palette, which was still available on their website. And it was so easy to get that then.
Yeah, she had a nice tracksuit on. I want to drink the
get
milk out
some
of your
other
boobie.
things,
Well, there was a time on my hormones when, you know, if I don't adjust them right on a monthly basis, guess what happens? Right. Let's see. Missy, I didn't get what I wanted on Jeffree Star. Oh, man. So I guess some people got shot.
So,
Jen was
well,
sitting on there. Oh, thank you. Thank you,
well, the
Wicked
thing
Widow. I
was
appreciate that.
that a lot of people then went to Morphe.com, and you could also get it on Morphe.com, which Morphe.com was wiped out within 20 minutes. Then you could go to BeautyBay.com and get it there. And
She did it all.
I mean, there were multiple websites that had it, and actually, Jeffrey worked with Morphe.
Hey, Pam. How you doing, honey?
But you know, just
Sorry I didn't make the Patreon. It was just like
just
another
be
hellish
patient. They
day.
are going to replenish, and
Okay, there'll be plenty there. Nice to see
just
you,
be
Pam.
Patient. Don't go wild and
That's
spend
cool.
a shitload of money on on other sites now. Just
Okay.
be patient.
Just be patient. So it's nice to see Pam.
They're going to replenish it.
Pam, I'm glad to see you back on YouTube. Geez, I wish some nights, I mean, I'm nobody, but it'd be really cool to, you know, if you did your Patreons like on maybe a Saturday or a Sunday, something like that, then I could actually make one of them. Girl, you can ride on my D. What is that? My D. Let's see. 4 letters, begins with a... Elvis' makeup was beautiful. He really enjoyed it. Yeah, he had a good time. You know, I mean, it's all in the spirit of Halloween and everything like that. And he's a good sport. So, only Patreon. Okay, so yeah, maybe another. And I don't know if it counts for anything. Friday nights are tough for me. I'm usually, yeah, I don't know, either Friday night food. Yeah, duck. Come and ride my duck. I know. Come and ride my duck. What I need is to get all these fine ladies together and let's have a makeover for Rosie, right? And then we'll dim the lights, break out the champagne, and regale each other with tales of Jeffree Star and all that. Yeah, thank you, Mikey. Yeah.
Rosie will get something out of the
Shane Dawson collection. Is it something I can use or know how to use and won't injure myself?
You will be able to know. You know exactly what to do.
Thank you, Pam. I'm so happy to see you here, Pam. You really made my night. So, Missy Jen, you're sure what you got me out of Shane Dawson won't cause personal injury to me or people around me?
You know what to do with
Okay, I'll know what to do with it. Okay.
If you don't, then
Let's see. I've in 5.5 years that you've known me, I think
If you don't know what to do with it, I can't help.
I tried mascara one time. That almost resulted in a trip to the emergency room. You didn't tell me which end to use against your eyelashes.
To take you to the ER, then it's like, God help me.
You know, yeah, Missy Jen's always ready to run me to the, did it hurt when you fell from heaven? Because truly an angel, that's funny. Yeah, a girl could injure herself using that. So I leave that, like Missy Jen says, you go out there, you run the Sawzall, you run the Saber Saw, the radial saw, you drive all the screws you want, cut all the wood you want, build, frame, dinette, do whatever you want. But stay the hell off of the makeup. Am I a BBW? Huh? 168 pounds. I'm a BBW. I don't know. I'm a BBW. When I was 14, I put glitter nail polish. Oh man, glitter nail polish on my eyes. How you doing, MB? Wow, glitter nail polish on my eyes. Well, like I said, they should. I think they should put warning labels on makeup for people like me. What a nightmare, right? I mean, I think the actual best way is to do what they call the shotgun makeup. Load all your cosmetics down in the bottom of your shotgun. Put a nice blank. Do make sure you use a blank, okay? And a blank charge. Point it towards yourself and pull the trigger and boom, apply your makeup. That's gonna leave a scar. Big breasts, boobs, women. There. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I'm not really, I mean, I'm full figure, but I'm not sure if I'm quite a BBW. Sparky, what's going on? Sparky's been released from lockup. Nice to see you, Sparky. What does that say? Ask Jen if she, doggy or mission, no, ask Jen if she tried the magnetic lashes. Jen, have you heard of magnetic lashes? I think she's in pinching once. Thanks, Shelby. Yeah, Pam said hi from Shoot to Shit. I hope Ricky's doing well. Hal too. Deep enough to get the job done. Mikey, you're redlining here. I'm gonna have to time you out to let you reconsider your mastery of the English language and local nomenclature as it relates to side chats on YouTube. Okay, class will be in session. Jessica Jennifer runs that. She uses a cattle prod, which instills a very rapid rate of learning English colloquialisms for non-native born peoples. Okay, BBW's leave now. I just put him in a little bit of time out to hit Jessica Jennifer's remedial. You're 4'9". My mother was about 4'9", and she did have a good reach with a stick and a broomstick too. Yeah, Jessica Jennifer's. I'd like to see her do a makeover on Marshall. She would have just, what are, do you ever see those YouTube videos where they put a blindfold on and then try to do their makeup? And I'm like, fuck, I do that every day. What's so unusual about that? Equal opportunity lover. Johnny Wad. You know who talks about you all the time, Johnny Wad? Marshall. Oh, first night at the Pellets though. Marshall is so fucking jealous of you living in Mexico. Charlie's panting so hard, bouncing on the bed. I miss seeing Charlie. I miss seeing Charlie. Pam, Lisa comes by quite a bit. It's nice to see Lisa too. So Janet's got a nice pellet stove over there, and it's I got our little fireplace running. Yeah, okay, thank you, Ivan. Yes, I believe in God, but I will direct you to note that the people that Jesus hung out with and frequented and trucked around with there, okay? He didn't hang around with the Pharisees and the scribes. Take note, religious nuts. I'm 5'7", but lost an inch after spine surgery. I hope that turned out good. I heard spine surgery is bad. I'd rather have my winky my winky operated on to go through spinal surgery. Sandy, I'm doing good. Nice to see you. Yeah, MB's a little slip of a gal there. Lots of Jesus here since in Mexico. There we go. You know what I mean? No offense to your name, Winky, but you do have one of those dual use I mean, when you think about the name, Winky Whispers, it's like you would tell your girlfriend on a Friday night, hey, after the drive-in and the Sonic burger, you'd say, my Winky's whispering. Yeah, she's like, well, I can't hear it. So, oh man, yeah, I haven't even had a beer yet. Can you imagine? I love that name, Winky Whispers. So, Kawana, what's new in your world? You did another fancy dancy dish. I'm telling you guys, and this is no bullshit. And I'm proud to be a Patreon member. I can never return the kindnesses that Pam and Ricky have shown me, but I'm very proud for over a year to be a Patreon of Shoot the Shit. But Kawana Kitchens, I'm telling you what, I got some premier ladies and gentlemen that come onto my channel that do amazing cookery. Tess cooks for you in Pennsylvania, does amazing work. Can't remember where Kawana is, maybe in Tennessee or something like that. She does amazing presentations of cooking, and it would be great if you subbed her up because number one, she's adorable. She's absolutely stunning. Number two, she's a family gal, and she's doing great things for her kids and stuff all the time. And number three, she is a bang up. She's a bang up cook. You had something with, I don't know if it was something you had the last time. Lemon Day says I can cook like a real MF. There we go. Yeah, see, yeah, you're in San Antonio. So, Kawana's gonna, I already told you Kawana's gonna be, I can pick them. She's gonna be a superstar. She's young, she's gorgeous, she's beautiful. She likes to laugh, though. She likes to hang out with Rosie and have a good time. She kills it in the kitchen. And to just see her beauty, and you can see that in her avatar photo there. She's just amazing, and I have been on her love train for how long, Kiwana? 6, 7 months now, and it's she's just yeah, she's just. I like to see people succeed. You have some people on YouTube. It is all about numbers and things like that. I applaud success on YouTube. I love to see people become successful doing what they really enjoy doing. And Kawana does that on a daily basis. And I'm flattered that she still hangs around with a low life like me. You didn't get the memo, Kawana. Once you pass 30,000, then, you should be careful, down in the ghetto. Yeah, check the channel out. I love her to pieces, and like I say, she still hangs with the likes of me here on the channel, and she adds a nice dimension to things. I hope one day I would love to meet her and to be able to enjoy some of her cooking. Okay, if you want me to leave Elvis, I'll leave him with the engine running in the car. Not me, Jessica. I'm renowned for shooting myself in the foot. Anyway, she's definitely one that I think it seems to be one of the best ways to really go far is to be a cooking channel on YouTube, but have a good twist on it and be a pleasant personality, and put your links. I'm too lazy to put links to my recipes and all that stuff, so she does the whole deal. I subscribe. Buon appetito, sweet little old Italian lady who cooks up a storm. There was some gal that had a channel that was pretty cool. It was called Depression Cooking. I remember that. That was kind of interesting because I thought, it's always like a permanent depression around here with ramen noodles. I mean, Marshall really blew my cover. Like, Rosie doesn't eat anything except salad and ramen noodles. I love your curvy body. Yes, I love my body too. I was wondering if you could make bubble tea at home, and boom, Kiwanis. Yeah, I mean, this is what she This is what she does. And the really cool thing about how you doing, Juice? The really cool thing about Kiwana is that she also comes on YouTube to have fun and a lot of laughs too. In other words, she's not so focused on YouTube. Did she? That she's going to forget the fun side of things. Yeah, remember that Jessica Jennifer? I thought she was pretty cool. She passed away, but what a great niche to show how you survived in the Great Depression. When people didn't even have two nickels to rub together. So if you have a unique angle, like I said, it doesn't really bear on her cooking. But Kawana is a stunning woman of color, and I think that adds a great dimension to her channel. Because she brings ethnic flair to what I think that what she does. Yeah, she passed away. Yeah, they're gonna keep her stuff up. You could move to Arkansas and live like a queen. Really, that's what I hear. All the cool people were in Arkansas. Did you hear that, Jessica Jennifer? Yeah, Blackhearted. Did you see that? That was pretty cool. Blackhearted. Do you take requests on your channel? I'd like to send you one of my, I haven't worn them, but one of my line. I have a really nice black baby doll nightie, Get in that kitchen and rattle them pots and pans. Hey Kiki, how you doing, babe? There's just yow. You ever have that urge to just come up behind somebody's cooking and just like, ugh. I only did that once to Missy Jen. Like, yeah, Blackhearted. Hey, Yoda May, how you doing, baby doll? Nice to see you. We're having a few laughs tonight. We're just imagining a better world without Rosie O'Kelly here. Oda May's like, sign me on, baby. Punch my ticket. I'm going to go grab a beer. I'll be right back. Yes, I'm in cowgirl mode tonight. Oh, boy. I'm still recovering from last night. Yeah, it's always fun to see what I'm gonna do next, Katie, right? My goodness. No, I don't want you gone. Hey, how you doing, Judith? Hey, Jay. Talking about Angry Grandpa. Yeah, Angry Grandpa was another one too. Thank you, Christina. It says the fireplace is pretty. I've enjoyed that. It's been really a nice feature to have, and I'm so glad I took the time to do a build-in on that back in 2011, 2012. Hey, Hoosier. Cheers, everybody. Come on by the rancho. Let's hoist a couple beers and see y'all in the bunkhouse. Yeah, the Depression cooking lady was cool. Yeah, pop a top again and enjoy. Yeah. Yeah, there was, you remember that? There was some guy, somebody will tell you the channel, there was some old guy that cooked in Africa in a village. I think it was called My Grandpa's, and I'll turn it on and it's like some guy in Ethiopia, cooking with cattle dung and turning out like creme brulee. Poof. Like, did I miss something in the recipe there? Cheers, Cinnamon. Cheers to you. Hey, Aaron, how you doing, honey? Yeah, I'm watching the guy, and it's like he's cooking a turd, and the next thing I know, it's creme brulee with propane torch on top of it. Man, I love my Michelob Ultra. It is so good. You should see Whippoorwill Holler. It's a great channel. Hey, Elevated Emotions. You know, I used to be on Coors Light. Here's to you guys. And you should Whippoorwill Holler. What is Whippoorwill Holler? Hey, Tiffy, it's gone good, honey. Stand up, please, sister. Well, I guess I could do that. Let me see. I just got my. What do I got? Just my blown out Daisy Dukes on with the pins holding the pockets together here. I stored it on Coors like we talked about. Yeah, I remember that, Shelby. You know, and I just, woo, what happened to your drawers, right? Gonna Uber in a bottle of gin. Hey, that rhymes. Yeah, Vinny. I remember when I was walking into the Denny's. I think it was with Dee one morning, and I had these shorts on, and I had my flowery blue top on, which kind of has a little bit of a bare midriff, and my belly button chain is hanging out, and this this middle-aged black woman came out, and she's like, well, girl, what are you, she's like, girl, what you doing? I'm going to Denny's to eat breakfast. Yeah, I see that, girl. She's like, you're all over the place. It's like, yeah, you know, she's like, you all over the place with that outfit. I was like, oh my God, really? She was great. You're killing me tonight, Rosie. Yeah, that's you always got to kill the audience. That's the secret to success. Drink my Michelob Ultra and a little bit of apple pie moonshine. I might break out some little bit of bourbon tonight. I am hot, please. So me, buddy. I am 7 income on so me. Are you one of the people I worked with in China or something like that? Prince? Is that it, or do we have a vision for it? Do we have a riddle to solve or a puzzle that we need to piece together on the side chat? Joni, I love Coors Light too. Show boobs. Man, if I showed any more boobs, I'd be banned off of here. Let's see. Let me see if that's let me check this out here. Go to channel. Let's see. Nope, that's not the real mama bear unleashed on there. You know, I paid $10 for my hat in Mexico. The guy, you know, you want to floor somebody in Mexico, you're like, oh, you know, they're all like telling me at the border, if you buy something in Mexico, just offer them half the price of what they're asking for, and they'll go for it. So I'm crossing the border, and I'm thinking to myself, hey, you know, if offering half the price is good, then maybe offering like 25% of the price is even better. So I walk up to a couple stalls, right, and there's a guy leaning back on his chair, and I'm like, I'm trying to add on, and he's like, I'm like, K Precio, how much is this? And he's like, for you, Chiquita, I tell you, $40 is made in Mexico. And I said, well, you know, putting it on, I'm kind of in the mirror. He's like, woo, Chiqui, this is good. It's muy bueno, muy bien. Oh, yes, put that. You look good. You be in rodeo. Why you not have nails, right? Why you not have boyfriend, right? And all that. And I said, I'll offer you $10 for this. The guy almost went backwards in his fucking chair into the seat. He's like, okay, what? I said, you know, $10, right? And $10, and he's like, you know, he almost fell out of his chair, and I felt bad. And I started to walk. He's like, you know, I need $20. I said I got $10, you know, and I start to do the Rosie walk down the street, and here he comes trucking after me. Okay, okay, fuck you. Okay, I do the deal. And I give the guy $10, you know, and he says, couldn't you give me a few, I gave him a couple extra dollars, like as a tip. I mean, Sandy Callie will tell you, you know, you don't want to see me at the yard sale, right? I mean, they're like, you know, how much is this beautiful glass vase? Well, make me an offer. You know, I got a nickel. It is a nice hat because now they like plasticize it or something, which helps it really keep its shape. It's called a Bangora here, and it actually is. I flipped it around here once you get past all the plastic, and it really does say made in Mexico on the back of it, which I thought was pretty cool. Um, yeah, plus the guy had been trying to sell me a hat for a week. I mean, every day we're marching to the dental office for Marshall's. Oh man, my teeth. Oh God, today's the wisdom tooth, and they're gonna cut them out. And I'm like, oh my God, you know. I needed some diversion. Yeah, I don't know this cheap lady over there. Yeah, so I think it's a nice hat, you know, for my fat head. I think it was okay. They didn't try to sell me a horse, Janet, but I tell you, the people were awful nice down there. There were the guy Tony on the taco truck. He wanted to get a picture of me with the boys at the taco truck, so I gave him a little. I think they all kind of knew there was something like a little, right, a little memorable about the Rosie girl coming into Los Algodones. Queen AK Supernova MEI Incorporated CEO. Welcome to the chat. What size is this? Let's see, size FAT. Well, it's got to go over my wig. This is 7 3/8. Does that mean anything to y'all? Like Marshall was an 18 or oh yeah, black-hearted. I wish, honey. You're too sweet. Um, yeah, but it's like any small town. You start hanging around for a week, and you start to go nuts. You see these same people. Oh, Rosie, buenos dias, Rosie, chiquita, buenos dias. And it gets a little tiresome. It gets a little tiring after a while, you know. But they were all very nice people, and it was a great experience there. But size 34 wide. I don't know how. I'll have to be honest. The most amazing thing about Marshall in Los Algodones was how in the hell, excuse me, he picked the dentist to go to, because there are literally well over 100 dental establishments scattered throughout. How in the hell do you pick the one to go to? So remember, I was riding him really hard. You're taking too much time. You're wasting time. Now I understand why he had to kind of do the research. What's happening? They called it Tita's. They called me Tita's Grande. Yes, big tits down there on the street. Can someone tell me what's happening? I don't know. I usually leave that to Jessica Jennifer to tell people what's happening there. Tita's Grande, and they called what they call Elvis. El Gordo, or what do they call it? El Toro Elvis down there. Just smile and wave, smile and wave. That's it. That's all you can do down there. Um, but it was a great experience, and it made me excited. I'm not sure where he is. Might be dog farts time. I'm not sure what the. Let me check my watch. He might be making him. He might be making. He might be doing another makeover tonight. We'd like to last. Did someone ask me age? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's a baked potato stream. God, could you imagine somebody coming to your door dressed as a baked potato, right? It's like, hey man, where did you crash your spaceship? I think your guts are hanging out on there. Only the eyeliner, and I told him I use like Lubriderm on a little pad to get that off, and it also moisturizes too. I mean, that's what it looks like, lavender, like your guts just came out on the inside there. Yeah, hey Joe, yeah, Joni, trick or treat. Yeah. Could you imagine the wife's like, go get me the big kitchen fork out there. That's the best Halloween costume I've ever freaking heard is a baked potato. Go as a damn baked potato. Don't get a little lady to pull your teeth. Yeah, you need a strong guy, I think, to do that on the first clip. That could be agonizing. That could be absolutely agonizing. So, you know, I've been a pirate. You know, when you're a kid, I don't know what I was. We were just slobs. You know, I don't even know what I was. You know, just wear your school uniform inside out or something, and hey, I'm from the asylum, you know, or whatever. Trick or treat, and the lady bring out, you know, oh, I got Smarties for you guys, and you're like, holy shit, lady, are you kidding me? I just trudged up like 52 steps for you to give me a little stinking little pack of Smarties. Don't be surprised tomorrow when your windows are all soaped up. Smarties. Gee, thanks, lady. It's like a Sally Fields. You love me. You really love me. And we'd always find a house that gave out the Snickers bars and change costumes. Trick or treat, you know, and go back for the good stuff. I hated that, man. Who in the hell's good? Yeah, you know, you ought to be taken out and dealt with. You give people Smarties, packs of Smarties, or sugar daddies. These parents used to curse the next day. Its kids' teeth were all pulled out on them and everything. Do you smell? Marshall was complaining today about how noisy the neighborhood is around here. I'm like, man, I'm in a high density urban area here. I've got, you know, multi-family dwellings coming out the wazoo around here. What do you expect? It's Friday afternoon. Yeah, you got to carry soap bars. Full size bars, yeah. Oh, you gave out 300 packs of goldfish. Wow. What do you do, Christina? Do you live in an arena or something where you have that many people coming for trick or treat? Do you rent out your place for mega events or something? Wow. No, I'm just saying. It's like, dude, look around. You know, right on the alley there's probably 500 people that live down there. So, um, so love and laughter. Yeah, we got to have some laughs. So we gave out decent candy. We had that big bag of like Hershey's cookies and creams, Reese's, Heath bars, pretty cool stuff. When I was trick or treating, there was an old couple that would give us roller quarters back in them days. It was like a gold mine. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, our favorite. Okay, you're gonna hate me, right? We'd go to the house that would have the empty pumpkin, plastic pumpkin sitting on the porch full of candy. Help yourself. Yeah, I was the one that emptied out your pumpkin. Yes, I was. I helped myself just like it said right there. Yeah, daylight savings times ends tomorrow. I just stop the insanity. The kids will stop coming to your house. That's it. Just, we all split it with each other. Our gang that we went out with, just split it all. Split it all. Uh, uh, Let me ask you, I got a new one here. Queen, aka Supernova, MEI Incorporated CEO. Where are you from, honey? You remind me of Elvis's first channel name, Nomadic Assyrian Elvis Van Dweller. Try that one on. Yeah, Costco candy. I don't know, Judith. I've never done anything to my eyebrows. I think you just put the makeup on, you know. Oh, Miami. Okay. That's a heck of a name you got there, you know. That's it. Oh, you're Creole. That's cool. That's cool. Creole. The Atomic Sours. Yeah, we'd always zero in on the houses that always had the good stuff, right? And curse the ones that had the crap that they would hand out. It's like, lady, why in the hell do you even hand out candy? You know, the good old days of trading candy with your siblings and friends. No, don't bring any leftover candy. We got a huge bag of it, Janet. And, I got to watch the fat flow and all that. So, speaking of, next Friday is the big annual. I believe this is our third annual fishing and crabbing combo trip out on the Pacific. Should be a great day of bringing in some more codfish and also, if we're lucky, 10 Dungeness crabs if they open the season. Oh my God, those damn hug jugs they weighed down your bag. Yeah, I thought you were talking about. I thought it said those hug jugs weighed down the old bag. No, we're not sleeping on the boat. We get up at about 3:45 in the morning. We leave home about 4:30 so we can be on the deck at 5 a.m. to get us a good spot for fishing. Yeah, Janice is funny as a heart attack. Yeah, so I've done a lot of videos in the past. You can look them up. Just put fishing in my search box. On Rosie O'Kelly, Rosie Murphy, I have put a few cinematic videos together. I will not be doing a cinematic video this time. This time I'm determined to just go out and have fun. I may go live streaming again as we leave the harbor. I was the first one on board to break new ground and live stream from a boat leaving harbor on the Pacific. So. Jessica, you retracted that so fast. It seemed like Jessica said, let me see I don't know what the hell she said. Did Jessica Jennifer just turn on me? I thought you could only keep one claw of the Dungeness crab. No, we take the whole thing, and some of these things are enormous. They're like restaurant quality crap. I hope it isn't freezing too. I slipped on the deck last time and almost busted me arse getting onto the boat. So this time I'm not going to do a lot of video. I got so many trips. No, I can't take Marshall fishing. He can't swim. I want you to catch a fish for me for my birthday. Are you the 8th, Jessica? Are you the 8th? I keep forgetting what your birthday is. Maryland blue crab. You know, Kiki, I saw you were in Charles County. I'm Baltimore, born and raised. Spent a lot of time on Chesapeake Bay, St. Michael's, Betterton, Kent Island, Tillman Island, Gibson Island, all the way down Solomon Island, down the whole doggone shooting match. Really wondering how crabbing is going to be. I think it should be okay. I think it should be okay. Yeah. The last time the crabs were smaller, yeah, that's me. Okay, so you're on the 8th. So Jessica Jennifer's on the 8th. Yeah, we had a good time. We'd go crabbing in Maryland. I'd go over the Hanover Street Bridge in downtown Baltimore into water that had heavy metals poured in it from the Glidden paint factory and Procter and Gamble's shit flying in, these foamy suds. And we'd drop our crab pots off there. And if you couldn't get it down in the water fast enough, the rats would be inside trying to get the chicken inside. Very exciting. Very exciting. Oh, you never had crab. It's very delicious. Very delicious. Which might explain the way these turned out with all the heavy metals and shit. Cod and crab is a great. Look, yeah, you'd put them down in the river and we would lower it on the little shoreline and the rats would all come out and fight to get into the cage and stuff. And then we'd close the cage up and bring them up to the street level and stuff. I mean, we were city, right? We didn't know any better. Yeah, it's good. I have cod and salmon. I still have a crab here, Janet, believe it or not. We had snow this morning on the ground. Wow. But I always loved crabbing. Crabbing in Maryland was always fun. You'd have your little hand lines and pull it up, yell at the person with the net that would miss. Crab with melted butter. But the thing I had to get used to on the West Coast, they boil the crab. Okay, and in Maryland, if you look at my travels this summer, my 10,443-mile journey, you'll see I stopped in my home state of Maryland and had a nice little crab feast and a soft soft crab sandwich. And in Maryland, they steam them, baby, with Old Bay. Pop them on the table with fried chicken and corn on the cob and National Beer. I want to see a crab after Marshall. Yeah, he won't. He just is too. No, I didn't. I never heard him scream. I never. Have you listened to Indian music? Yes, I have. Yeah. Just when I was in Las Vegas, we went to Taste of India or something like that. Little fuckers gave me a little silver shallow bowl with 4 pieces of chicken and a sauce. They didn't even serve rice with it. I was so pissed. I was in Annapolis, Charles County, Severn, all over. Actually, Mississippi, loved it. That's the same way I am. I love the West Coast. I love it. Old Bay, we'd have the rock salt and the Old Bay, mix it together, put it in there. Man, that was soft crab sandwich. Woo! Yeah, Janet's mom likes extra butter with her crab. She likes crab with her butter, you mean. So yeah, we steam them on the East Coast. We don't boil them. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But they're incredibly tasty. So after we go fishing and crabbing, we typically get back about maybe 3 or 4. It depends how long it takes for everybody to get their limit of 10 crabs. We don't catch them. They pull in the pots and we just sit there and watch them. And they bring in enough for the whole boat so everybody leaves with 10 crabs. And then we'll have like crab for dinner and we'll cook up some codfish too. So yeah, the crab cake, I make a good crab cake. So I'm going to have it's chilly weather. I'm going to make a really nice, my great beef stew for the night before and some nice hot fresh bread, call it done. And then we'll have the feast the next day, and that'll be a lot of fun too. And I like to get the seasoned fries with that. So, and we like to drink a little bit and have a good time. You'll be able to see Bobby. I will stream the after event. That's always fun. Yeah, and put in the search box fishing, and you will see a lot of the trips that I've been on. You ever been to Porto Nuevo? No, I have not. Good morning, Dawn. Nice to see you. Zoe doesn't like crab. Yeah, I think Georgie loves crab. Loves any kind of seafood at all. We got amazing crab legs at Morongo Bay Casino. My problem with crabs, and you go to casinos and you get the buffet, oh, we got crab legs. They usually so salt the water that they're almost intolerable. Almost intolerable. Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting Zoe. He's going to come over and stay with Jen and Georgie for the day. Good eating and drinking. I love cod, crab, and lobster. I do too, Shelby. Lobster, I'm not so much on lobster, but I do like crab and I do like shrimp. What the heck is? Yes, leave it to the Chinese, Jessica Jennifer. Genuine imitation crab. What is that shit? Can you imagine taking the beautiful Jessica Jennifer on a date, right? You're really hoping to score, right? I mean, this chick's like, dang, she's like a bell ringer, right? And you sit her down to a nice $9.99 Chinese super buffet, and she's like, "The hell is this? This it's like there go the legs, Fing." She gives instructional help for you through life, what not to do the next time you go on a date. Yeah, I think what they do is they just process fish and give it some kind of friggin' flavor from International Flavors and Fragrances, some laboratory developed chemical concoction. Jennifer says, beep, 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 sorry, just like the crab does. That's it. I'm not doing anything. Plus, you're not touching me with those hands. Don't ever take a girl to a Chinese. I know I'm cheap, right? Take a girl to a Chinese super buffet for a date. Hey, look at this big spread I got for you here, you know? Yeah, Frankenfish, that's it. You had to get up and walk out. It's pollock fish with food coloring. Yeah, the boss is a hard-working guy. Boss is getting ready for crabbing coming up. Let's see. I don't even know what they put in food these days. We eat so much crap now. They got the farm-raised salmon and all that. So I'll be right back, guys. Woo. Ay, 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 ay. Do. Let's see. Yeah, we all take a bathroom break, right? king crab is pricey. You know what's pricey? Look at our salmon trips. Jessica Jennifer, I know you've seen the boss filleting up a salmon. It's that big. Do you know how many pounds of salmon that we got? We're each allowed to have two, and I think we brought, I don't know whether we brought like 4 or 5 last time. Man. Oh, you took down all of your Halloween stuff, huh? Now that's value. Sugar cane, how you doing, baby doll? I think sugar cane is my sugar cane. I think is my. I might as well declare sugar cane is like my. I have a few guy crushes on YouTube, right? Sugar cane, toast to go, Tyler. Do you know how much that salmon costs in the store? Wild caught Pacific King salmon, 14 to 15 bucks a pound for that stuff in the store. The good stuff. Matoic says, "Are you are you going away for Christmas?" No, I'm typically away for Thanksgiving, but I do enjoy when I get an invite from Janet. Maybe I'll do Christmas this year, and she'll do the Super Bowl. We'll see. Sugar cane is a doll. I love to hear him talk. Oh, he's such a sweetie doll, and I love to hear him when he's riding along in his car, having one of his stated steering wheel addresses out there. Lemon Day says, "I need a guy crush." Yeah. Yeah, you need a guy crush. You do. You need a guy crush. My problem is so many girls I crush on in this community. So, yeah, you've seen Janet. Some of you guys have been on the channel for a while. You've seen Janet's great Christmas spreads that she puts out, and we do a little gift exchange. And Janet always knows what her present's going to be every year. So exciting. A gift card for the Dead Fish restaurant. Yeah, the salmon, and there's no such thing as really cheap wild caught salmon. So, because in California, you're only allowed to take 2 per angler. And we're lucky. Some people bag a lot of them, and they can only keep 2, so the rest get distributed to the rest of them get distributed to the boat. Oh yeah, I wish, Scott. All the girls are crushing on me. Well, I'd love to get all my ladies together. Next, Vegas Vixen. Where's Marshall in the bikini? I might have banged him as that zombie. Oh, that's too funny, Vegas Vixen. You know what the best part of last night was when Marshall turned to me and said to me, "This is the greatest Halloween I've ever had." You know, that meant a lot to me. We got the wood stove is gone, right? The best salmon I had was Janet and the Boss, and I'm not sure if they still do this. They have a smoker down there, and they smoke that salmon. And man, if I was gonna do salmon, and I'm not a really big salmon eater, but I would hit that with a little bit of like, crush that up with just a tiny bit of brown sugar or something. He's better with you. There we go, Lemon Day. All the single girls, he's alone. I think he was. He's definitely enjoying being here on the rancho, and He does work awful hard when we're doing stuff on the van. But you can't ask somebody that's not comfortable with power tools to do this or to cut this, or if I put them on the chop saw, I'm whizzing along cutting thing. I don't want to turn around and it's like I had a little accident. you know, and Marshall's the next thing. It's like the lawyers on the phone to me. Salmon and fresh ginger. Smoked meat is overrated. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and he had a great time. I have a large outdoor smoker. I smoke fish, mussels, etc., even cheese. I couldn't believe, like, I'm not really a salmon person. I find it a little too oily for my taste. My taste runs to cod. Uh, yeah, he's like, could you please video me so I can show people that I'm doing all this work on the ranch? I'm like, okay, sure, and then next thing I know, I'm like, wait, man, you're going to go through the power cord. You're going to hit the power cord. Yeah, my shop teacher cut his finger off in class. I want to tell you what, Joni Portwood, back in my day, and I went to an engineering high school, and we had industrial arts and things like that, and it was a very rigorous curriculum. If you succeeded in graduating in what they call the A course, which was all the eggheads, then you basically already completed your freshman year in college. Okay, I wasn't in the A course, I was in the B course, which is like the standard college prep thing. But you also took uh, okay, got breaking news from Mr. X. Okay, but you also were required to take a lot of, you know, we took, it was an engineering high school. So you start out with wood shop, and then you had sheet metal shop, and then your third year you had what was called the hot metal. You had the hot metal shop where you did forging, you did casting, you did welding, and all those kind of things. And I'll never forget this guy turned around. He was forging a spike or something like that, and he had that thing in the forge, and he pulled it out with the hot tongs, and he turned and he caught the upper arm of this guy standing next to him with that cherry red piece of metal, and I'll never forget the smell that came into that. And he seared like a half an inch of skin off of this guy, and that was a lifetime injury. Uh, and then senior year we did machine shop with engine lathes and all that. So yes, I can run a lathe too. So that was terrible. The baked potato is coming in hot from the back door. Night Sugar Cane, love you, sweetheart. You always make my day. Yeah, we learned a lot. We came out of shop. I mean, I could make ventilators out of sheet metal for rooftops. Those round things that you see on the. I mean, we actually learned something. We actually learned something. So, yeah, I can take a piece of metal and really turn it down on a lathe. It was a lot of, you actually learn something on there. She sheds are cool as hell. What is that? The poor guy, they called the emergency. They didn't have 911 in that day, but they got on the blower and took the guy. In those days, the shop teacher would be like, just suck it up. Don't be a pussy. The guys, the guys, there's no blood. It's already sealed the wound, right? And don't be a pussy. Of course, those are the days that it was an all-boys school, and for swimming, everybody swam nude. Could you imagine that today? Could you imagine that today if they tried to have that? I mean, what a different era we lived in then. You just stripped down and right into the pool, and that was it. Um, Yeah, it was tough. It's tough, and but it was a different era, right? Tough it up. Rodwin, I'm sorry. There's another comment. I have a very strong filter on, so you're gone before that hits the chat. I don't think people ever learn how strong the filters are on here. I bet you could hear him scream. Man, he didn't even scream. He immediately went into shock. Immediately went into shock. Anyway, I didn't want to see Marshall come back, and hey, I had a little accident with the chop saw out there, so. Uh, but any kind of getting under the rig and loosening stuff and tightening stuff. Breaking news. I think you still have a few Modelo in. Do you?
Yeah. Is there an Algodones?
No, I don't have one over there.
I have one over here.
I don't want you to knock the computer off either. Don't you have a place to plug in your phone now?
Well, I want to upload my videos on your Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, it's all. We have had a wood stove for 20 years, so it's hard. Yeah. So I'd like to gradually train up Marshall on stuff like the chop saws. Thank you, Frankie. Yeah, nowadays swimsuit. I mean, you could never. I mean, the SWAT teams would bust a high school. They'd come in, the news, teenage boys swimming nude at the high school and stuff. It'd be like, oh my God, yeah, baked potato. Marshall, don't you think that would be a good outfit though?
Oh, you know what? When you mentioned
To wrap in aluminum foil and be a baked potato for now.
My friend who's from Chicago, and he's around your age, he was saying that back in the 70s, that they used to have, like, I guess, separate the boys and girls in school.
Yeah, we did.
And the
We
girls,
had Western High School, which was all girls, and then you had Baltimore Polytechnic Institute,
Right.
which was all boys. But we shared the same pool
right,
and the same lunchroom. But every year they'd vote whether to eat with the girls, and the guys would all vote no. The girls are all dogs, and they would keep the big dividers closed.
It wasn't a co-ed. Yeah, it wasn't a co-ed school.
No.
So they separated the boys and girls. But anyways, my friend used to say the girls used to have bathing suits and swimming suits for the pools. But all the boys, they would make them swim naked.
That's what we did.
And I don't know exactly what the reason was, but he mentioned that one of the reasons might have been is that they didn't have the right kind of swimming shorts, or the pools
They
didn't clog
They
or
didn't
something.
because some of the people were poor or whatever, and I don't know.
So you mean swimming shorts were expensive?
I don't know.
So why did they make the boys swim naked?
That's a good question.
You don't know.
Because my biggest memory is of everybody sitting while the instructor would tell you, here's how you do this, and
Right.
everybody be sitting on the tile floor, the 1-inch tile, and they got up and everybody looked like a waffle butt from the towels on there.
People don't believe this. People that are younger that are not from here, they don't believe this that happened, but it's true.
Yeah, I mean it really did happen. It was just a different era. Like I said, you used to be able to watch. You could go to a park and enjoy seeing kids on swing sets and on just families and stuff. Now you don't even dare walk up to a fence and enjoy the sound of kids laughing and having fun anymore. Good night, Kiki. Good night, OKC. Good night, Tammy. Nice to see you, baby doll. Thank you. How you doing, Tim? You've learned to live with the wood stove. That's cool. Hey, Julie Army Mom. How you doing, baby doll? It was just a different world back then. I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, I grew up with segregated lunch counters, segregated buses, segregated movie theater, bathrooms, the works, the whole deal. Why? Because I've lived in 8 different decades. That's why. Go figure that. Like that. You think I'm sexy now? The ladies are like, never mind, tearing up that ticket to the rancho. Never mind. They make it get naked every day after shower, gym for showers. Well, I think that's the way we all did. We'd always shower up after gym class and stuff. We just didn't really think about it. I had my graduation picture, Stinkies. I showed that a few times on there with my big blue wide lapel tuxedo with the black piping on it. I showed that before. Yeah, always endeavor to be so tipsy you set the alarm off when you come home. Cheers to beers, Tim S. The great Tim S in the chat. So that, yeah, it's on some of my live streams. I've showed it before. The problem is, Stinky, when we were getting ready to evacuate in case we had to at the Rancho, I got all of my important stuff packed up and ready to go. I've showed it before. If you saw the stuff that we did in high school today, relative to what kids do today, I mean, I had 3 years of mechanical drawing. I wish I could find my drawing of the cross section of a globe valve that I did in junior year of high school. So I mean, we were using slide rulers back then. I don't think anybody these days would even be able to identify what the hell a slide rule is. I didn't think you were old enough. Oh, yeah, I was in Baltimore. Oh, hell yeah. When I was little, my mom, you couldn't leave me at home because I would bust up the house, so she would take me shopping up at the big department stores on Howard Street in Baltimore, and they always had lunch counters, and I remember asking my mom, why does, what is this all about? That colored at this end and white at this end, and movie theaters, black, white, amusement parks, the whole shoot match. I graduated in 1976. Spirit Kicks in 76. That was my my year. 1976. I know what a slide rule looks like. There you go. What's up, Marshall?
How you doing? I'm having a cold Modelo. I don't know how many Rosie polished off. There wasn't too many left. Did you drink any, Rosie?
No.
Really? I only had like 2, but I went in there and like, is Missy Jen polishing them off? She doesn't drink beer, right?
No.
This is some good beer, guys. This Modelo, man, is so good, especially in the bottles. They're so good.
76 Golden State. That's it. So
is Janet in here?
Yeah, Janet's in there.
Yep. Yeah, I just was going to point out something real quick too, Rosie. I was just talking to Mr. X.
Yeah.
And anyway, we're talking about the build.
Right.
And I told him, like, look, Rosie's working hard on this and everything. And he's like, doesn't she remember that I took those pop-out windows out of a junkyard and put them in there?
I do. He did a great job.
But also, remember when
the panels on the doors.
Remember the steering column?
Yeah, the steering column.
You had to go out there and pull that out.
Yep.
Mr. X has put a lot
Mr. X is, I hope he's not pissed off.
for years.
He's very delicate and fragile, so I have to be careful,
Right.
The Polish Prince is, if I say anything.
But one thing that I wanted to tell you about is
he did a lot of great work on the van.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to tell you about.
Is he feeling jelly now that he's not in there? And
well, no, I mean, he's just saying that he's giving you credit on the cuts. He said he did a good job on the cuts, and she did. But one thing I wanted to mention to you real quick was I just saw a video today of Whiskey OG, and he made a video of his classic motorhome.
Pocket,
right? And he had those stanchions.
Yeah, stanchions.
And you know how terrible those are.
Know.
All the space that they take and everything. Now, are they stable? What's nice about those stanchions, you can leave your table made full time, and it ain't gonna fly anywhere.
Thank you, Frankie.
It's really stable if your coach is on the road,
right?
Because it just goes, the bar goes in there. But you see all the space it takes on the floor and all that. Now,
plus you lose some of your leg room.
Exactly.
Table.
So, like I was saying about the dining room table, the Chinooks or a lot of these newer camper vans that have taken their idea from the Chinook, they'll build a nice fancy cabinet, and the table will pop out.
Yeah, the table lifts up like our GMC did.
But you got to have a cabinet mounted to the wall.
Yeah, you need about 4 inches, 4 to 5 inches.
But in other words,
I can easily build one of them.
Right, but then when you do that, you're eliminating
Now you cannot
to make it into a bed, which I like.
You can't really use it as a bed.
Right, and I'd rather have the bed idea with the brackets.
Right.
But one thing, we're talking about the Laguna table. The Lagoon table is, anybody who owns an RV knows what they are. They just came out and everybody's using them. Now, let me mention one thing that I was talking about, Mr. X. I know you haven't had a chance to watch any videos. You can move this table maneuver in many, many ways. And the only permanent fixture to the table, according to Mr. X, because you watched the video, is the actual bracket. The vertical bracket that's on the wall. You can remove the whole assembly, even the leg. It's removable. So this is my idea that I came up with. This table is the most innovative RV table in the industry right now, bar none, right? But I've came up with an idea that nobody has done it, right? In the leisure travel vans, the wide bodies that my cousin had, they'd have these metal bars that go into the side body of the rig with tables. So you could have an outside table. Now I found out the perfect place where the Laguna table should go on the Lisa Marie. You know where the fire extinguisher's out in the kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
That's the perfect place that it should go. Why? I'll tell you why. You'll have the ability to use it as extra kitchen counter space when you want to use it, along if you don't want to use the flip-up table.
Right.
You'll have the ability to have that table maneuver into the swivel captain chair that's in the passenger side, all right? And if you place it there, you'll have the ability to bring it out and use it as an outside table as a cooking surface for your outdoor propane stove. And that's exactly where I think it should go. What do you think about that idea?
I think it's pretty cool.
It's pretty good, huh? Because I'm able to use the table inside and out.
Might be able, yeah.
And you know I like to cook outside. You've seen me use a propane stove.
Yeah.
So
That's a good idea.
And if you just
But if you still want the inside pocket table with the pocket clasp.
Exactly. I'll have two tables, exactly.
Okay.
So I think that's a good idea. And anybody watch that? So you think it's a good idea, Rosie?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Right.
I think that's very doable.
Right.
We have to make sure not to restrict the entrance space into the coach.
Well, remember
It's not a wide area to get into the coach.
All it is a bracket.
I know, but it does have some thickness when you have the table on it.
Exactly.
And all that.
Yeah.
So just beware.
But again, sitting on the captain chair, there was never a satisfactory table up there because the stanchions they had, the tables were too big. They didn't maneuver where you need them. And the flip-out table that was on the kitchen is just for kitchen counter space. There was effectively never a table for the captain's area.
Hey, honey badger.
And in any Class B camper van, now they're having ideas with the road trucks where you have the slide-out table.
I don't see any issue with putting that on there.
Right.
The only issue I see is ease of getting in and out of the coach. We have a pretty confined entryway there.
Right.
If you're comfortable,
Right. I think I'd have the ability to. It's nice to have two tables. You get one table
we
for the
really have to reinforce
that
counter.
Right.
Okay, so we need to anchor that better and
maybe put a better piece of wood there.
Yeah. With wood on the inside. Right. So yeah, everything's doable. Like I say, you didn't have to buy the table support.
But you got to understand that this table, there's two tables that my supporter sent me, and this is about a $300 item.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I think because he sent me it, I should use it in the coach, and I will. It'll be a nice addition to the coach, a nice upgrade, luxury item.
Hey, Ms. ATX. Hey, beautiful.
Not only will it be usable and functional for me, but it will be my subscriber, my fan that sent it to me, my friend actually that sent it to me will be happy that I'm using it in the coach,
course.
and it will impress a lot of people out there watching on YouTube about it.
That's okay.
So I'm glad that I implemented this design aspect. Now Rosie knows I'm not a handy person, right? But can you at least give
Actually, I'm going to correct you. Compared to when I first knew you 5 years ago, you would hardly turn a screwdriver or something on.
Right.
When I came to Chicago, you have gained a lot of,
knowledge,
ability with wrenches and things like that, and you've been able to do the things that I don't like. I don't like to crawl under the coach and do the under coach work. And you've done a lot of stuff on moving wiring and replacing wiring, and been there when a steering box is being changed out and all that stuff. In other
Right.
words, you do watch and you do watch and study.
Try to understand how everything
exactly,
is fastened.
exactly.
But do you think that my design perspective?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Exactly, like for the dinette.
I
are
have
these
to
good
look at the
ideas?
mechanics of this table first to understand all
Okay.
the travels of functionality.
Right. There's some videos on it that you
yeah,
can
I
watch.
will.
So,
You know, I hate to watch videos, but I'll watch them.
but it's nice to have the ability.
Yeah.
I think that this build is so cool. I was telling Mr. X.
Oh, it snowed in Chicago. The teachers are off strike. A little girl got shot in a little
It is snowing.
village
That's what
neighborhood.
Mr. X said. It
That's
is snowing.
terrible, Carlos. I'm sorry to hear
Somebody
that.
got shot.
God bless her family. It's terrible.
The teachers all are on strike. A little girl got shot.
They're off strike now. Yeah.
You know where Little Village is at, right? It's 26th Street, the Mexican area where the jail was at when me and you went to. Remember that?
Yeah, it's all about confidence and not. It's also using the right tool. Thank you. Ona says, I love transgender people. Oh, a little girl on Halloween. How terrible.
But I just wanted to say real quick that I'm so excited about this build because you see a lot of Class B camper vans, a lot of B pluses, Class Cs, and this is going to be a coach. What a nice mattress.
Well, I want to trick it out. I mean,
nice bed frame, a dinette area that is similar to what you would see in a B plus or Class C. And I'll also have the ability to have 3 sleeping areas now. The queen bed up top on the bunk, the dinette below, and the jungle room in the back. And also have 2 tables. And have a table that's maneuverable. And I mean, there's a lot of things that, you know.
Did you see what Warren said? By the time this rebuild is done, Elvis will have Rosie putting a slide down. I got to get my electric metal shears out and cut out the side and build a slide.
One thing Mr. X said, he says, you won't finish by New Year's Eve. And then he said, why is Rosie sanding the floor? Nobody's going to see it down there. Why is she?
Where did I sand the floor?
Well, we sanded some of the floor.
We only just knocked down some high spots, you know.
But like I said, I'm so excited about this.
Tell them about Mr. X. Just put some rubber down there. Just, you know.
Well, Mr. X.
Tell them what Rory said. Just gut it. Take it down to the metal and work a water jug with a pump on it. You know, you don't need to get out of there, get to quartzite, you know.
Mr. X, smooth operator.
Jesus, I have to fight Mr. X and Drury on this build, you know.
Mr. X, smooth operator. I look at him as a father figure. He's taught me a lot. He's worked on years on this rig. On all kinds of stuff.
I only know one way to do things, Marshall, and that's the high quality way.
The thing with Mr. X is this man has worked fixing refrigerators and heaters and air conditioners for years.
What's up, Mel?
And his knees are shot. He cannot get on his knees.
That's fine. Hey, Melton, I enjoyed the Chinese restaurant.
There's no way he could do the flooring on Lisa Marie.
That's fine. Look, I'm not, you know, but I'm not in you're putting me in competition with Mr. X.
Yeah.
And I'm not here to compete with Mr. X. Mr. X is refrigeration and things like that.
Right.
Okay?
And Drury, the Godfather, I look at him as a father figure. I love him too. But the thing with the Godfather is he's seen a lot of videos.
Yeah, I'm helping Elvis.
On stripped down vans. And his idea is strip it down to the bare metal. Have nothing in the van.
What a beauty.
Just be simple and light. Hang everything on clothes hangers.
Hardscape surfaces.
And you know, and basically he
Where's
just says. Where's
Jessica Jennifer when you
he's literally saying just sleep on the floor of the van with an air mattress or something. I don't know. I mean, he loves ultra minimalistic simplicity. And to me, I'm the complete opposite. I am the...
They do, Julie. I only know one speed to do everything to the best of my... You know, I cannot put somebody into a coach that's stripped out and just say, oh, here's a 6-gallon water jug. Just hook your water pump up to that. Yeah, you ready to go now? Just get out of there, put it in gear, go to quartzite, dump all the shit at the rancho, and just go.
And let me tell you the simplicity.
And what is Mr. X? Just put rubber down. I'm not building you a van.
But let me tell you guys the simplicity of this, right? When you have a Class B motorhome built, if you have everything stripped down to the bare metal.
Hey, Mindy.
You can see the wiring, you can see your plumbing, you can see the electrical, You can move things around at will. It's going to look like crap. But when something breaks, when you have a water leak, electrical problem, you want to move things around, you're versatile. You can literally remodel your home within minutes. Now, it's going to look like crap. It's going to look like you're a gypsy. It's going to look like you're a crackhead method. But
Missy,
it's easier. So we're doing it. We're creating a show coach. This is going to be a showroom coach when we're done. So, Winky Whispers, I could sit down and make you a marinara spaghetti dinner. You could sit on a dinette. You could put the candle lights out, the roses, the red wine, and you can sit there.
She likes that sweet talk, and Winky does.
Exactly. We can have some champagne in there, and then when it comes to bedtime, you know, I can sleep in the jungle room, and you can make the dinette up front, go to sleep, lay down, wake up the next morning, and you're all fresh again.
There it is.
So,
Johnny.
And when people talk about a toilet system, one of the best things for a toilet system in a camper van, Bob Wills has said this a lot.
Please don't. Let's not get to the buckets. Please, Marshall.
I think that
You're hijacking my chat now.
I'm just saying
we're just here. We're having sex talk, which is right up your alley.
Is this Rosie O'Kelly, though, right?
Yeah, we're general chat tonight. We're not.
And one last thing I want to say.
But tell Mr. X, I'm not. Look, I know the nice job that Mr. X did. You know, number one, Mr. X is kind enough to let us use Wing Bull Chicago headquarters to do the work. That's number one. To be able to use his tools, that's number two. To be able to have the hospitality of him and his family, that's number three. To be able to spend time with him and go out and do stuff at nighttime, get a dinner, or see the city. Here's a guy, you're like, hey, Mr. X never drove me around Chicago at night. Look at this. He's giving Rosie the grand tour. That's number four. Number five is we've been hanging out for a few years, okay, like since 2015.
Yeah.
Number six is he's done a lot of good work on your van. Okay, I'm doing the whole gut job and redo on this thing. I'm doing everything except pulling the fucking engine out of this thing.
But the thing with Mr.
And I might do that and pull the heads and machine them and put new rings in.
I think what's cool about this year is I'm spending the winter snowbirding with Rosie. I've did 3 snowbird winters in Florida with Mr. X and with Jory. And this winter is with Rosie. And that's why I say Wing Bull Family, Wing Bull Mafia. Because my number one, in other words, right now, think about this for a second, right?
Spirits.
The number one person on YouTube that I have in Chicago is Mr. X. The number one person that I have in California, I got Rosie O'Kelly. And then you have
Florida,
the Godfather, Jory. These are 3 people that are the nucleus of the Wing Bull Family, Wing Bull Mafia. I mean, we're talking about old school. We're talking about family here, folks. And that's what I see is that every person is different and you get a different experience. It's cool to say, man, I can go to California and see Rosie. Now think about it. Think about the big picture, Rosie. What if you could say every city you go to, you knew somebody to hang out with?
Yeah, that'd be.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Well, I'm building that.
You're building
ability.
And
Cheyenne, Wyoming. You know, Buffalo, New York, Toronto.
Exactly. So,
you know,
that's the cool thing about YouTube. I hope Rosie can open up her mind a little bit and say, "Hey, man, let me get off these panels. Let me stop doing let me get out on the road and really network and say, hey, man, I could hang out with somebody anywhere I go."
Yeah, that's cool.
You know,
I mean, I like that. The weather's, it's cold at night. We're in the coldest 2 months of the year here, November and December. But the days warm up. As soon as the sun comes up, it's nice. But as soon as that sun goes down, that temperature just collapses right on down to the low to mid 30s here. Julie Army, you would always be welcome.
Who's Amy Slayton? They keep on saying, "Oh, Amy Slayton."
You'd always be welcome here, Julie, Army Mom, to come. And I love visitors to the rancho. I don't want everybody showing at once. It's like, did you see Camo Dave's like Rosie's? It's like she's opening RV B&B and
Well,
in
the
Sandra.
thing is,
Everybody's gonna want to come for a van build.
well, the thing is that you look at Rose. I mean, Rosie has got a. Narce, my nephew, said this for years. Rosie has a close network of friends here in Santa Rosa. She's got the. This is her Wingbo Mafia here. It's the boss, Janet, and Bobby. These people are like family to her. These people are real close to her, you know. And when somebody from YouTube comes over here, this is somebody from YouTube. I've known Rosie for years.
You
now
can
coming
come
here,
just bring your bikini, baby.
and the thing is, everybody sees Elvis
I
Travels.
want to
at the
see a lot of
rancho.
ass on the rancho, honey.
And now it's opening up all these people's minds. Hey, man, what would it be like to hang out at the Rancho Rosie and drink with her and do a hangout and chooch with her? And I don't want to get into more aspects of what you people are thinking about Rosie, but the bottom line is Rosie has got a lot of machismo.
Bring the heat, baby.
She's got a lot of oomph. And let me tell you something. Like I said, if she lays off that, if she lays off that estrogen and the testosterone blocker, believe me, she can tear some walls down.
Tearing them walls
Because
down,
she's in great shape for her age. You know, that's the thing.
So why did you think we wouldn't be done until maybe technically because there's cushions that have to be custom made. There's some repair work that has to be done on upholstery and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, once the dinette's framed in and the bed, then it's a question of putting up paneling, and then it's just detail
I
stuff.
think Mr.
You know?
X was intrigued. He was a little bit confused about the dinette table, but he says it's interesting to see how you'll make the dinette.
Mm-hmm.
And he says,
"Hey, Joshy, how you doing?"
And Mr. X says that he's got
Joshy
this idea.
Bingham said,
"Oh, how you doing, Joshy Bingham? Nice to see you." Mr. X thinks, you know what I was telling you, how to properly mount and secure a bed frame. He's like, well, why not have just a free bed frame where you can take it in and out? And okay, there's an advantage to that if you've got to get to things and whatever to the furnace. But you see how these Class Bs are made. It's metal to wood construction that's properly mounted and secured. So I want a coach that's over-engineered and overbuilt. And in other words, I don't like the idea of removable things. You know, you want to have everything secured. So
I know how a bed should be built. I think Mr. X just has to wait and see how it all comes together. You know, I build to my mind. I see things in my mind, and then I build to it. You know what I mean? So I understand what the support, safety, comfort, all that, maximum space, and all that kind of stuff.
It's like when Rosie made the box for the generator, she was looking at the rack.
Yeah, and to build to the rack.
Built to the rack. And when you're making a bed and a Class B camper van,
built to support.
Built to support. A lot of people will say, hey, let me just lay down a bed frame and lay it down on the floor. Now, the purpose of that
think so, Janet.
Is, people want to do simple. But
Thanksgiving, too. We'll deed them to you for Thanksgiving.
But but now a lot of people, who knows in the future who'll come to the rancho. Maybe somebody's women. You got 70-something% women.
All right, let's talk. Let's switch up the subject now. Last night, you had a good time. You said the best Halloween you'd have, and I told people that's what really made me feel good when you said, because I'm always so worried about you when holidays come, because you're not a person given. I think you've been with, like, in Chicago and other places, or Florida.
Thanksgiving with family. Yeah, I've had Thanksgiving, but not Christmas and Halloween. Halloween is a very odd kind of holiday. Think about it. I'm a 37-year-old man. Okay, when you're 37 years old, do you really celebrate Halloween? I mean, it's a
No, I don't think you do. I think that's correct. I don't know a lot of 37-year-old men.
olds that, unless you're going to a Halloween party, but I think Rosie and Jen, they have a very young spirit, and they love the festivities and
Well,
holidays.
we
And it
also
is
we do things for kids in the neighborhood too to give
right,
them. This is a rather bleak place sometimes.
right.
I mean,
Some people are financially
well, I mean,
living big,
it's a bleak area, and
right?
if you can make a kid happy and put some candy in, give him, and it's just like it's fun, and I do it for YouTube too. I like to put decorations. I like to shoot an annual video and show people
The
do a
lights
little
and everything,
cinematic and
right?
do a little bit of thing like that. So it's fun. Uh, so I'm really happy to hear that you had a good time. I know you enjoyed dressing. I know you'll do that again and elevate that more to artistic kind of form.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
know,
think it's very interesting. But like I said, the
she took Moringa Golden State Moringa. Me, I want to stay kind of full figured.
the holidays, me being we know Rosie loves to bake. Everybody knows
Hmm.
that. But the holidays for me has always been one of the most interesting times as an Assyrian person, Middle Eastern. The food that we make, the food for the holidays, and the thing is, it's interesting what everybody cooks for the holidays. I mean, we know turkey and dressing, but people
In
put a twist
five
on it.
years, I never baked anything in your honor on a Friday night. I baked for over probably 100 people
A
over
hundred
the,
foodies, yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah,
never
exactly.
did. I did Joshy Bingham. I did what did I do? Orange crush cake for Joshy Bingham in honor of the Denver Broncos. I
I
don't think
was,
I ever made. So I
I,
think next time out I'm gonna make the peanut
yeah.
butter cookies.
I'm glad. No, actually, yes, the peanut butter cookies are my favorite cookies, and I would
I
like to
think so.
see.
Golden State.
I'd like to see how Rosie makes them, and if she can make them as good as Matt's cookies in Chicago, because I really love peanut butter cookies. But I want to say, Joshy Bingham, I'm happy to see you. And you're a good man. I actually was talking about you to Rosie the other day. I'm like, have you seen Joshy?
Yeah.
And so I'm glad to see that you're back, and you're a very cool guy. You're a very good guy, and I'm glad you're back. But I just think what's interesting about the holidays. I'm wondering what everybody's going to cook for the holidays because I'm a foodie.
I love.
I'm wondering what everybody are. You guys? A lot of people go catering. There's actually a lot of good businesses that are making catering. There was a there was a gay couple in Chicago named the Hardy Boys. I don't know if you know them, but they had a TV show, cooking TV show,
Yeah, the mystery of the Green Lighthouse,
and they had a catering business, and they had but
followed by Nancy Drew's Bakery.
but my question is this: is that Janet is a cook. She's going to cook for our holidays. But
You
what are
too,
you
Joshy.
what are you guys going to make for Thanksgiving and Christmas? I'm just
I
curious.
don't. I'm down in the L.A. area for Thanksgiving.
Oh, she's down with her
Yeah,
family. Yeah.
and usually Janet will have Jen and Bobby come down there.
Right.
So Christmas time, Janet likes to put on a big spread, and then typically I do the Super Bowl, but I may be on the road this
Oh,
year.
typically you do the
Before
Super
the
Bowl.
Super
Okay.
Bowl. Yeah,
Right.
so.
Right. I remember
That's what
that.
I told Janet. Maybe I could do Christmas and have a nice roast beef or a standing pork rib roast or something like that would be
The
nice.
Syrians make Easter a big deal too. I know you don't, but
No, Easter
that's
was a
that's
big
a
deal
big
for
deal for
us. Yeah,
Assyrians also. They get
yeah.
together and have
I'd
Easter.
like a nice ham and all that.
Now, what about Valentine's Day, Rosie? You ever celebrate that? Not really.
Uh,
I don't think so. It doesn't. I've never seen you do it.
Only
Celebrate.
if I scored on Valentine's Day would be my. That's how I celebrated Valentine's Day. And
Okay,
there
in
was
my
one girl
opinion,
I dated, and the first night,
in my
and
opinion,
I'm sweet talking her, and I got like a little flowers and a little thing of candy. And after dinner, hey, do you want to go to a movie? And she's like, can we just go to bed? I'm
Now,
like, okay.
let me quiz you on something. Let's see if you know
Only
the
time
answer.
it ever happened in my life.
Let me quiz you on something. Let's see if you know the answer. Okay. On Valentine's Day, as a nomad, right? As Elvis travels, or say if you live in your van full time, where is the best place in the country to spend Valentine's Day? Let's see, for what would you say? Let's see if you
Best
know
place to spend Valentine's Day.
in the United States, yeah.
Mm, every place is so different. Like I kind of want to say New York City, and I want to kind of say Seattle,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to kind of say not so much L.A.
You got to
Maybe
be somewhere
San
warm.
Francisco.
If you're living in a van, you got to be somewhere warm.
Well, someplace warm. Miami, I guess is I would like to be.
I'm going to give you my answer. I'm going to say that it's New Orleans. Why?
Oh yeah,
Because the
okay,
weather is perfect in February, and number
Okay.
two, you have Mardi Gras.
okay.
So wouldn't it be cool as a nomad to be?
Another chance for me to whip at the girls on.
Well,
Duvals.
well, think about it. The weather is perfect. Now it's not safe
He
in New
always
Orleans.
says that. It's
New Orleans is a dangerous place,
because
but,
you're an exhibitionist.
but think about New Orleans, Mardi Gras, right? Rosie can show her.
There you
boobs.
go, Julie.
The weather is perfect. Now
Yeah,
it is still
America,
dangerous.
Paris, France. There we go.
You have to kind of figure out New Orleans because there are a lot of slummy areas. I never been there.
I like that, Winky.
But I think New Orleans would be the perfect place for Valentine's in February for a person on the road.
I wish I did Scottish.
And I want to know how many women.
Bing.
Question: how many women here watching would show your boobs for some
Hey,
beads in Mardi
UFO.
Gras? How many of them would you do it? If you do,
How many girls would
Press
walk
77.
down Duval Street and flash your boobies
Flash your boobs for some beads. Press
there?
77 if you
Press,
would.
yeah, press 77
Press
if you
77.
would do that.
Right.
Oh, Scottish says I would and did. Yeah, I bet it's beautiful in Monterey. Did it? Monique did it. Yes, exactly. I don't get what the big deal about boobs is anyway. I mean, it's like,
I'm not a
who
boobs
cares?
guy. I'm more into butt and thighs, but
Yeah, I'm more into just having good times. But I would. There's no problem to do that. What's up, Bob? And yeah, I really think. There you go, Tiger on Vinny's. I really think New Orleans is a good answer for Valentine's.
that's my
Day.
answer.
I think
for
that's a
Valentine's.
great answer. When you said a warm place to be, I think that would be the place to.
I mean, think about it. New Orleans is very, very humid and miserable. And I've been there in August.
Well,
It's
we were
terrible.
there in February, March. It was fine.
Was it nice? Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
it's
it was
wintertime.
great.
That's
It was
pretty
very
season.
comfortable.
Now, one thing is, when I went to New Orleans, I never wanted a camper van. I was staying at a hotel, and I know there's some really bad areas in French Quarter, and there's some bad areas outside of the French Quarter. It's really a place. There are only a few people that made some videos about.
There is an
boondocking.
RV park that's right next to the cemetery, right near.
There is an RV park,
Yeah,
and
there
it is a
is.
nice one, but it's kind of expensive.
ghetto.
About 100. It's ghetto.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of a shithole.
Oh,
But it's expensive.
it's $100
Yeah,
a night.
it's like $100 a night.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Mindy May, that's fine. I mean, no problem at all. I didn't mean to disrespect you. Only my man gets to see. Yeah, that's fine, Mindy. It's just I'm more of kind of a party girl, showgirl mode. So Monique says I'd go to Disney.
And I've always said,
How do you feel about cellulite? I'm gonna think about that tonight when I go to bed. I'll get back to you tomorrow.
And I've always said my opinion to Rosie, and I've told her many times that the best place in the country, in my opinion, from what I've seen, to street chooch is New Orleans. Why? Mardi Gras, number one, she can show these all she wants. Number two, you can legally drink on the street. Number three, great food. Real good food in New Orleans, real good food. And then the bands, the blues and jazz and rock and roll bands, they're really cool, really good music. And it's just a cool place. There's nothing that can compare to New Orleans. And being there in February, and plus the street chooching, people are hanging. There's more people on the street than in the clubs.
Right.
It's the ultimate street chooching. I've told Rosie this my opinion, many, many times before. And to be there in February in prime season where the weather is nice with Mardi Gras.
It ain't right if it's cellulite. There it is.
That's one of the best places to
Now,
be.
Scottish says
So,
actually you got to watch out for cops when you flash. Do you know that it's legal to go topless in California?
really?
You know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Also in New York City and other places, they can't discriminate men
In
and
public?
women to be topless.
In public?
Yeah, because the women do it all the time. If a guy can take his shirt off, a woman be like, "Why not? Why can't I? When I can't either." Uh, uh, is more hail damage? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, but I think New Orleans is a good choice. I think that's a good one to.
And in my opinion, this whole thing
Charleston's beautiful, Winky. Charleston, South Carolina is beautiful.
and this whole
I know yeah, Tiger Kitty said, I know Rosie from Adult Friender. We got out stuff out. Yeah, we did. That's why I had to gear down for YouTube. It took me a while, you know.
the way most conservative women are, where they say, "I'm not going to flash my boobs in Mardi Gras." I don't know why most of them will say, "Oh, well, maybe I don't want to look like a whore," or whatever the deal is. But I like women that are free spirited.
I would say most women. I'd say 90% of women probably don't.
Don't
Yeah.
do that, exactly.
And I think after you have drinks, maybe 80% of the women don't. At
Don't
that
they
point.
still?
Because they'll get into the spirit, woo, throw me the beads down, you know, or something like that.
If they have some drinks and get some drinks.
Yeah, if they get some drinks in them. And they get into the spirit of things. Marshall's a guy who's been here since, where's the biggest lesson you've learned about RVing since then? Marshall is a guy who's, yeah.
To answer,
What's
Josh
the
and Bingham actually been
only
here
one lesson. What's the biggest about RVing or streaming since then? What's a lesson that you've learned? Something that you changed because you learned a lesson?
Well, actually, is that a question for me?
Yes, it's for you.
First of all, I've actually been on YouTube since 2014. Actually, Josh, I've been.
And I guess that's directed to me too. I guess both.
But what is the question again?
What's the biggest lesson you've learned from RVing or streaming on YouTube? What is the maybe he means, hey, sexy daddy. Maybe he means the biggest life lesson that YouTube might have taught you. I mean, Rosie Marshall's guy who's been on here since 2000. What's the biggest lesson you've learned about RVing or streaming since then? Just one lesson.
Oh, just one lesson.
Yeah.
About RVing or streaming. The biggest lesson I've learned.
Of you. Okay.
Well, I would say that it's actually a two-part question. What's the biggest lesson I've learned about RVing, and what's the biggest lesson I've learned about YouTube streaming? The biggest lesson I've learned about the RV lifestyle, the van life, and what I've been doing for many years is that things can change at any time. In other words, you can get that proverbial knock and be told to leave at any time. You have to, that's the biggest lesson I've learned. Be ready for change at an instant. Now, for most people that are sticks and bricks dwellers like Rosie, change for her is being forced off the grid and to leave her home in case of a fire. Change for a nomad is the rules and regulations and policies of private, public, all those rules that they put in pressure upon us nomads. You have to be ready for change instantaneously. And that's a tough thing to get used to. It takes a special kind of person to be a nomad and to live that kind of life. A sticks and bricks person is used to their routine every day. They go punch a clock in, 9-5. They come home, they see the same four walls every day. When you're a nomad and you're living as a nomad, it's a whole different ballgame. You don't see four walls. When you open your home and your rig, you could be somewhere anytime. It's a whole different, it takes a special person and a special mindset to live that kind of life. That's my biggest lesson. Be ready for change at any time. And my biggest lesson about streaming on YouTube is this. You know, there's a lot of good people on YouTube and there's a lot of bad people on YouTube. There's pros and cons. But the biggest
Joshy,
lesson,
if you ask me again, I'll get it on for you, but I'll have to be on the Rosie McNamara channel.
the biggest lesson that I've learned about streaming is, well, in the beginning I would say, don't give out your personal information to people because they can really attack you in a very hideous way and ruin your life. Number one. But
One lesson,
looking at
you're
it,
not going to give a lecture in here,
but
okay?
I would say the biggest lesson that I learned from YouTube, the number one thing, when you come on here and you put your life out to the public, right? And that old saying, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And when you come on YouTube, Joshy Bingham, and you put your life out and broadcast it, and you make a name for yourself, you don't know what the people behind that screen are going to do, whether it's good or bad. In other words, it's like rolling dice. It's the chance that you take, the risk that you take. I don't know how to put that's how I put it in words. You never know what those people are going to do. They can bring you up or they can bring you down.
Good Vegas Fiction will give you a hand job if you dress and have your wig on tonight. What's the biggest lesson? I've been on YouTube longer than Marshall, perhaps almost 2 years longer, since 2013.
I've been on since 2014.
Okay, so a year longer than you have. Almost 2012 for me, the end of 2012. The biggest lesson I've learned is on YouTube is that you cannot live for other people on YouTube. Okay, if you try to do that, you find yourself contorted and very bent out of shape. You also find yourself in a situation where you'll have a small minority of people that that think they can exert an overly large influence, say, on your channel.
Right.
And sometimes you have to slap yourself and say, whoa, it's a bigger audience out there of people that
and you lived
watch
that life
videos
for years, right?
So you'll never please everybody. There's no way to please everybody.
Right.
So the thing I finally concluded is,
right.
YouTube, it's not mandatory that we be here.
Right.
Okay. It's like that being the case, and if I'm willing to share so much of my life, then I'm going to share my life on the terms that I want to share, which means if there's somebody that I want to meet, I reserve the right to meet that person.
Without having obstruction.
Without having any
obstruction.
Yeah, that's number one. Number two, I'm not going to carry the bag of
somebody else
screwed up relationships that other people may have had with somebody on YouTube. I'm going to make my own decision.
Right.
Okay. Number two, I'm going to do the things that I enjoy doing on YouTube, and I discovered, you know what? The subscribers will follow you when you do that.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Right.
It's like your personalities it's not the things you do. It's you.
It's you.
It's you. That's the biggest life lesson I learned.
Right.
Is that it's you that they follow and not necessarily the things. They're more interested in you than the things that you may be doing. Now, it helps to have a very varied life. But I'm saying, and the biggest lesson I've learned from live streaming is that being positive always pays over the long run. Luckily, I'm a positive nature kind of person. As you know, very few things ever get me down at the mouth and things. So if you come on with a positive nature, people respond to that, and they enjoy being around for the. They enjoy being around the other Ghostbusters bikinis. So for me, it's a natural fit. If I can pull positive, and it's a natural fit with me, and I enjoy sharing my life with people. So the biggest thing that I learned from live stream is to, share your life.
Right.
In other words, drama might seem a great road to go down.
Right.
But over the long haul, it's a very destructive
shelf life.
place.
It's a short shelf life.
Because I learned when you get the
Right.
same people together on panel all the time, inevitably there's going to come a night when somebody's going to say something that's going to trigger somebody, and it's going to create a fissure. And we've seen that recently with Jinx and Nicole, who
Right.
had been friends for years on YouTube. And it showed me how delicate that is. That
Right.
how, even though 4 or 5 years of a relationship, one night can wreck that, you know? And that's the thing that impressed me
So
with,
now you hit on
with
you hit on a very important thing, right? Rosie O'Kelly.
Now, I want everybody to do what they enjoy doing.
Exactly.
But I'm saying for Rosie O'Kelly, it made sense to never get into drama.
Right. So
when I found my live streams becoming Rosie Springer show and all that,
exactly.
I thought to myself, it's time to change it up.
Now you made a key thing now, is that you see all these women from the drama community watching. Women went up from 20 to 42%.
Yeah, mine went from 10 to 70%.
For a certain period of time, you had a core group of people that were your friends, followers for years.
Most of which still are.
Most of which still are. But
despite PR to the contrary, most of them are still friends of mine.
But you do admit that those core people wanted to influence their will upon you when it comes to regarding who you should have on your show, who you should meet, and how you should live your life, right? And
I never felt like that because to me, they contributed a lot over the years to my show.
Right.
So did they deserve to have an influence on my show? In my opinion, they did. They did deserve to. They did deserve to have that
influence,
a say. But at the end of the day, you got to recognize that sometimes there comes a time where it's time to move on. Like why did Letterman step down, and why did Jay Leno step? There comes a point where you feel like I've done everything I can do in that.
Now I want to do something different.
Now I just want to be a solo person,
right?
And do that.
Exactly.
Let's see both. Let me ask this now. Both one event you wish you could take back. What would it be? Just one situation or time on YouTube. Something that you could take back. I guess if I could take one thing back, it would be the rant that I went on against Jimmy.
Right.
Because that one signature event, it's the thing that people live for. Rosie O'Kelly, Ice Queen, never loses her cool, never battles people, just rolls with it. Right. Totally lost her shit one night. And that doesn't define me as a person,
Right.
If there's one event that I could take back, that would be the event. How about you, Marshall?
Well, the one event that I could take back. Well, let me think. I think
it was Scottish.
I think that the one event that I could say that I could take back is basically there's a fine line on YouTube between entertaining people and having a sense of humor and actually crossing the line and having people genuinely, and I mean genuinely, hate you. And that's a very fine line that I crossed. And I admit I crossed that line. And a lot of new YouTubers that are coming up, I'm not going to mention their names, are making the same mistake. And there's a fine line. And I regret the heat that I brought upon me by the things that I might have did or said that were controversial, because it's one thing to get people to be entertained. It's another thing to get people to genuinely, and I mean genuinely, hate you and want to create a bad situation in your life. And that's the lesson that I've learned from almost 5 years, and I've been on YouTube since 2014 actually. Learn over the years. You don't want people to really, really hate you because it can become dangerous. Very, very dangerous.
Hey, how you doing, Dish?
That's
With
my...
Trish. How you doing, baby doll? Thank you. Great to see you. Joshy, could you rephrase that? Uh, I'm not quite sure of the question, Joshy. I'm only in my two beer mode on here. Um, live streams were a big thing that creators had to cope with the realities and the
Right.
blowback of live streams.
Oh, yeah.
That there's a whole crew of other people on YouTube that don't intend to create content, but want to be here for the social aspects of it. And I think a lot of creators had trouble coming to grips with the reality that when they did live streams and things like that, they weren't used to the realities of face to face with subscribers and maybe people that have a bone to pick with them, maybe the people that love them, and enjoy the content. And I think it also pushed YouTube to the point where I can tell they're slowly trying to put the toothpaste back in the tube and get back to a video sharing type of platform as opposed to maybe a socialization platform here. Because let's face it, they're using a lot of storage to save a lot of hangouts that nobody ever rewatches, because they
Well,
save all the content,
right
right?
now it boils down to this. Rosie O'Kelly knows. We've both
Let me
gotten...
see what Joshy, both of you, your best moments. Name one moment that you felt that who you really are showed came through for both of you. Um, when I stand up against the tide of maybe public opinion at the moment, and I do something that may not be popular, I think that there's a core of people that look beyond maybe the what I'll say the public the public line at that time or the popular line to look behind the scenes. And I think every time that I make those tough decisions, it reaffirms my independence and also my willingness to go my own way and to do my own thing. So when I do things like tell Marshall, yes, I will work on your van. I will restore your van. You don't think I know what's coming my way when that type of situation comes down in there, and but yet I'm interested in doing it, and yet yes, I am a friend of Marshall. So those I think are signature moments of standing up, and it's
What was the question again, Rosie?
a shining moment or something you've done that
I think the shining moment where my soul has came through on YouTube, and many, many times that people
Hey
said,
Corey, how you doing, sweetheart? Thank you,
many,
Corey.
many times people have said that I've faked my tears on YouTube. There's been many, many times where I have cried on YouTube, whether I was thinking about my mom or a financial situation or a breakdown or people helping me out. And when these tears flow down these eyes on YouTube, it's not fake. I showed my gratitude and how thankful I was, or what I'm suffering.
How I've missed Corey.
My trials and tribulations. One thing that you can't fake is tears. And
Well, what is this? What is this shining moment for you, Marla? There's one
the shining
standout
moment. See,
one standout
I'm not-
moment that you're really proud of. That
See, you gotta understand.
I'm not
Rosie,
talking about feeding a cat. Just one signature or something you've done that just defined you as kind of a stand-up.
the signature
stand-up
moment.
person.
You gotta understand. Rosie O'Kelly and Elvis
No
Travels.
black mold.
We're not the star of the show. I wouldn't be the king without the people. And when those people came through for me over the years, that put a tear in my eye and made me the king of the free world, those people make me the king. Those people make me who I am. Just like the people that are in the audience that are paying the tickets to see all the professional wrestlers. These people made us who we are. Without them, we wouldn't be who we are. They're the real star of the show. And when they come through, and then when they came through for me when I needed them and put a tear down my eye, I realized...
Tears on my pillow.
I realized that, the power of the world, Rosie O'Kelly. You know what it is?
Let me tell you, brother.
When those people believe in you.
When he came to me at a time when I would have done something very bad, I also have to give him credit. He came to me too at some horrible, horrible moments for me too.
Yeah.
When and some pretty low moments too, and intervened and showed some thoughtfulness that I appreciated.
When one thing. And I love So Fucking Corey, and she's a good woman. But I look at The Godfather during that and I've said it before many times, as my father figure. Just like Mr. X.
50s, yeah.
But one thing, and I'm not trolling, but I'm just trying to say this. When The Godfather told you that he would side with Elvis Travels, and he's a real man, and he's going to do what he wants to do, that was probably one of the greatest moments on YouTube for me. Because here's a man that's standing up and telling the whole world, no matter what anybody tells him, he's got the king's back. And the bottom line is, that was one of the classic moments of all time. And you got a man like Blue Waffles sitting in Texas recording everything. Blue Waffles, I'm not the star of the show. The people made me who I am. But the reason I am who I am is because God gives everyone a different gift in life. We all have different gifts and talents and abilities. I have a purpose. Rosie has a purpose. We all have to find our purpose. But the bottom line is, it's the love that people have for each other, not to hate, Blue Waffles.
There's Waffles.
And the bottom line is, Blue
Keep
Waffles,
my name out of your mouth.
you can talk about me all you want, but you can never break the love that me and the Godfather have for each other. That love is stronger than any words,
What's up, Waffles?
than any videos, than any hate. And you can take that to the bank, brother.
I forgot what the question was. Shining moments. Yeah, he does tend to...
we got a lot of heavy hitters in here. We got Bingham. We got So Fuggit. We've got Blue Waffles. It's the love.
The heavy hitters are here.
The heavy hitters. Love. You see,
There's
the
Rory.
Godfather.
There he is.
Woo!
What's
All
up?
hail to the
What's
Godfather.
up, Rory? How you
the
doing
original
tonight,
Godfather of YouTube. He's here watching.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
watching all of you.
I already told you before. For a trans woman, and I was the first transgender to go into that chat and that community, and
Right.
how welcoming he was to me when I did Doobie 81 or whatever the hell the E-Whale.
Doobie 54.
Doobie 54, whatever the hell it was. I hit that thing and the link came back, and
Right.
you hit that go button, and everybody's like, who in the hell is
And let me tell you something, Blue
is
Waffles.
that?
You can talk about the Godfather all you want, but the Godfather is the original article. He started the RV Hangouts, and he had all the big names. He had RV Prepper Wayne. He had Nomadic Fanatic. He had Happily Houseless.
Yeah.
He had them all the big names. And he was a pioneer, and he started everything. And the bottom line is that it's love, not hate. Let's concentrate on this four-letter word. I know a lot of you people love the four-letter words. It's not hate, folks. It's love. Love and happiness. Something that can make you do right and make you do wrong. Yeah.
Both of you can agree Amanda was the worst thing to happen to the trans and RV community. No, I don't know. You know, I've been friendly on and off for years. I tried my best to help out. And I found myself being continuously kicked in the head at every time. Bad for the community, only in as much as you know, just no carry through on things or whatever. But as far as the worst thing, I think we all have a place on YouTube, and you know, Amanda certainly had and has. I mean, I haven't seen Amanda around in a while, but Amanda brought a lot of entertainment to a lot of people, and I cannot diss that, you know, because there's a lot of people today that would still show up and enjoy the content, but I always kind of hoped for better and was just kind of continuously disappointed. But I
Yeah.
guess you could say the same about me, that she hoped better for
Jordy
me.
says, great fan of
Thank
Rosie, the
you.
Rosie. Now, one thing about Jordy Nadev, maybe a lot of you people don't know him, but he goes back to 2014. This is the man that was responsible and started and pioneered live hangouts for the RV community on YouTube.
They used to line up to get in there.
Exactly.
Remember?
He had all the big names, all the
Fill
heavy
up a
hitters.
panel every week, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And so
Yeah.
he's responsible for a lot of people. He used to bring people together, not to hate, but to have a show, to bring people together. And that's what YouTube
I
is all
think that's
about. That's
when live streams started to change over to attract people that just wanted social media hangout places as
right.
opposed to targeted topics like RVing and things like that.
Oh.
And you know,
Is that the real Jimmy there? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's
I
Jimmy.
guess you can check and see.
Yeah, we had a circulation of panel members. Yes, so I always give credit to Jory, and then I had the pleasure of meeting Jory multiple times down in Florida and hanging out with
It was
him.
about people coming together. Yeah, there was hate, but not at this level. Right now, look at YouTube. How many people are using YouTube to bring people together for a good purpose? You see a lot of hate out there. It's grown exponentially. I hope we can change that around, like Rosie says, with the power of positivity.
Well, it's the way
Yeah.
I run my channel.
That
I
it's-
never really gravitated to drama. I'm never comfortable talking about other people in the community. It's never been my thing to spotlight
Right.
people. Just have fun, you know. I mean, if I can't have fun on YouTube and without sharing my life and without dragging other people and getting involved in that, I'd cash out tomorrow. If that's what it was all about, I would be done with it tomorrow. On that, I mean, that's just my opinion, but yet I don't have the right to tell anybody else how to run YouTube.
What to do.
You know,
Everybody's-
and that's the important thing. That's why I keep my flapper shut and I just do my own program, because I don't dare, and it's not my right to tell other people what to do on YouTube. Question to both of you: what's next? Come up to Denver? No, I'll buy you. You already bought us steak. I'll buy you the steak next time, Joshy Bing. I don't know if Marshall's ever been through Denver. It's a magnificent city there. So, and I'm honored to see you back here, Joshy.
Yeah,
You know, ask me if I miss panel chats. I get my jollies out of just listening to other panel chats now, and I don't have to be part of the, you know, I can just put out the content and just be.
You have to make a
solo.
decision. You have to make a decision. Do I think that you missed the panel? Yes. I don't think you missed the drama.
I miss the people, but
Yeah, you missed the people.
I don't miss
believe...
the heavy drinking and
right.
you know, all that. And I just
one thing that I noticed that you made a change in yourself. I know people will say they consider an alcoholic. You're not an alcoholic. You drink on social binge drinker.
Yeah.
And I think you miss the panel hangouts because you like the people on your panel.
Absolutely.
And you would pay. I think you would pay more attention to the panel than the side chat. But now it's changed over. Now you're paying more attention.
Well, it's hard. Look, when you
Exactly.
got
Exactly.
At that time, I used to have 100 people in chat. I mean, this was over the years, and that was a decent number.
Decent number.
And but you'd always have to balance the 10 people in the
It's
10
too
people
much. It's a
versus
lot.
the people in the side
Exactly.
chat. And then people would write you, "Oh, you didn't see me on the side chat. I've been in here for a year. F you." You know, people get very sensitive
I
to
think
them.
if Rosie had a panel without drama and hate and talking about people and just enjoying people's company and conversation, she would enjoy it. But when it gets
I
into
feel like
talking,
all panels, though, inevitably kind of end up going that way.
going that way,
People that start out their channel and say a friendly meeting place for people to come together in a spirit of positivity.
and then
That's not what really people are into, that kind of stuff. And you know, people want to see the fur fly, and that's just the reality of a lot of live streaming. The people that go off and say, I just want to have a no drama and a positivity stream, end up just throwing in the towel because
Exactly.
you know it's not the kind of thing that that people gravitate towards. It's not interesting.
the reality is drama.
Texas chats, there we go.
The reality is drama and hate and gossip and talking about other
That's
people.
always going to carry the mail. I mean, that's
It
the way it
sells,
is.
it's
And I think
entertaining, it's funny,
people
people are
that
gonna
run
watch.
chats realize that that's the key to driving people in. And like I say, I don't care what people, you know, run chats the way you want. But I finally reached the point they weren't for me anymore. You know, when I started waking up on Sunday and see parodies of Rosie Springer show and Rosie, Hosey, I'm like, man, that's it. You know, I'm done. Punch my ticket. Punch my ticket. I'm done, man. So stick a fork in me. How you doing, Beryl? Nice to see you. Rosie deserves a few beers after work. I'd say we work pretty well together. There's a few times things get a little heated, a little frustrating. Yeah, that's it, Corey. Punch my ticket.
I think having one person at a time, like we had Nicole the other day. It's
Yeah,
better
having
to have,
one person spotlight it. I thought that was outstanding
better.
when Nicole came on and was
Right.
featured. That way you can give that person 100% of your
Have
attention.
your attention, exactly.
And really
learn more about that person.
Exactly. Really learn more about somebody. Oh man, I love Hot Pot. I'd like to have. I didn't have the best rendition in Oakland, but I've had much better ones on there.
So Rosie, if you did,
Yeah, I think Bergs. You know, I'm friendly with Bergs. I wore his shirt this morning. I have a lot of heart for Bergs. I really do.
So my question.
Let me finish,
sorry,
Marshall.
Sorry.
And I think sometimes it's too easy to throw away people and just throw them onto the discard pile. I really do. And I tend to not turn my back, and this is probably to my, it's probably a failing, but to not turn my back and to stay plugged into those people and endure and hang in there, because I do, I'm a believer. Everybody counts for something in the world, and even the most unpopular and disliked person, I think that they count for something in the world. But was Bergs disruptive? Yes. But it really drilled home to me when you have an open panel chat like that. There's multiple personalities.
Clashing.
There might be alcoholics, people with severe mental, illnesses that come on medications. And you've got to try to weave your way through, without triggering. And I failed, in a lot of this stuff by keeping things, by letting things kind of go out of.
My question for you is: if you had a panel now, you could have.
And then people would want to govern who came on the panel, and I never liked, if I would get booted out of my own chat, or people would say, "Don't let this person on panel," or like you would come up on the side chat. And say something like "pay your taxes, peasants" or something, and you would immediately
Well,
get the royal boot.
people have always people have
Get the
always
royal boot or be timed.
people have always criticized you and said that you
Yeah, I
have to
pray for
control.
Maxine, Joshy. I do.
People have always criticized you and said you have to control what people say on your show
can't.
because
It's
it's your
impossible.
show. But one question I have for you: if you did have a 5-6 person panel, right? Say tomorrow, right? Who would it be on the panel?
Oh, thank you, Cinnamon.
Who would you?
I
want on
don't.
the
I
panel?
don't know who would be on the panel. I'm not going to pick out people to be on the panel, Bar. So the fact is, I'm not having panels.
Okay.
I'll have one-on-one with people like I had with
Nicole.
Because
Well,
that's
what
a lot of
people-
fun to me.
What
Because
people
we
would
can
get
really
along?
get to know.
What 5 or 6 people would get along if you got them together?
I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and name names.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I'll leave somebody out, and somebody's feelings will be hurt.
Okay.
And I just don't do that on
Well,
there. But don't you feel like you never did enough? Nobody will ever equal the number of panel hangouts that I did. We're talking about years. Okay, 2.5 years.
But there's
The
a certain,
first year and a half was Wednesday and Saturday night religiously. Then
Well-
for the next year and a half, it
Yeah.
was Saturday night.
A panel is like where people have to get along and be on the same page.
Yeah, it's hard to know who will get along on panel. It's really needs to know who
Exactly.
won't work on
So
panel.
exactly, because if you have people that don't get along on panel, it's not going to work out good. So essentially, the question is, if somebody has a panel, you have to have people that are going to get along and have conversation and not attack each other, where it's going to turn into drama.
If you know you're doing something fucked up if your mailbox is overflowing the next day with pissed off people.
So what you're essentially saying is,
pissed off comments, and you're being parodied on YouTube.
so what you're saying
Then
is,
you're going in a wrong path.
so what you're saying
Okay.
is, it's difficult to find 4
It's
or
not
5 or 6
fine.
people to
What
get
do you
along.
tell the other people? You're no longer welcome.
No, I'm saying if you can only have 6 people on the panel, right? On StreamYards now, right? So, if you could find, I'm just saying,
Thank you,
5,
man.
6 people to be on one page. Like, say if I want to have a van hangout.
Like I said,
Uh,
do a hangout. Oh, I can't do it on my channel. Do like I do. I have ABC channel, right? My
Right.
C channel, McNamara. If something bad happens, if a nip slips, so what? It's it's not.
Well, it's all about people getting along and being on the same
Well,
page. That's all.
I'm just saying.
Right.
For me, the tenor of live streams went from being like just fun to where we've come to today, where. Well, I want to
But what
kind
you're
of
saying is
agree with
it's
Trish
hard-
that fun streams don't survive unless you're,
Right. But what you're saying is difficult to know. Hey, I'm going to get 5, 6 people that are going to get along like like you're in church.
it never
It's-
never lasts
never
over
lasts
the
that
long
long.
term, in my opinion.
Okay.
But this beauty of YouTube, we can all find our own place, and it's like everybody that's running a chat is, if they're happy and they're having a good time, then I am very
Everybody's got
happy.
their clique. Everybody's doing panels and they got
Zoom, but can
they
you
got their
imagine
own
that,
clique.
Trish? Zoom allows up to 100 people. Could you imagine that? Can you imagine that, Trish? Seeing that kind of.
Now, you know what I like
panel.
about Pal Talk? Have you ever heard of
Do
Pal
I
Talk?
think, like I look at Trish now, do I think Trish, who I think is one of the most plain-spoken people, and yeah, she's had her dust ups and done some things maybe that she regrets on YouTube. But do you think that she likes the current state of things now, or do you wishes that
I think the ultimate question.
Everybody
I think
has.
the ultimate question is for everybody. If anybody has a panel, Monique or any of your moderators, you have to ask yourself this question: can I get 4, 5, 6 people together to have a conversation instead of attack each other? If you want to play the
if
positive
you have
role,
a specific subject.
right?
If you have a Class B RV hangout.
Now, why does it have to be about RV?
Well, I'm just saying, because then things go off the rails, in my opinion.
But people have
Because
to get
people
along, though.
do bring, I don't care who it is, eventually drama seeps in,
Really? But you had your core group for years, and those people got along great, right? Your
I'm
core.
just saying, look at Jinx and Nicole.
Right.
How many years did they get along?
I don't watch them. So I
5?
don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
4, 5?
Right.
Okay? Then one day things slip and boom, there goes 4 years down the shitter.
Right.
Okay? That tells me the fragility, really, how fragile.
But you had your core
No,
for
let me
years.
just tell you, I
For
know
years
I
you had
did,
your core.
because I'm not a fragile person. I'm
Right.
not going to blow apart at the seams
Right.
and punch out for a while or whatever if things go
Right.
wrong. Okay, take care, Corey. Nice to see you, honey. Anyone made? Yeah, I've made soda bread before. Yeah. So,
That's an interesting question to ask
ask
about
me if I'm
panels.
happier now than at this time of 2018.
I think you're
The
happy
answer is yes.
I think you're happy that
by
you're
a
traveling.
long shot.
Yeah. I think you're
Okay?
happy that you're
I'm
traveling.
happy not to be having panel chats.
Right.
I'm happy to be able to bring the content that I want to bring in
Right.
the way that I want to bring it. I don't feel pressured to do the Saturday night chat.
Hang out, I see.
Yeah. I mean, some Saturday afternoons I'd be in the shop and I didn't want to, be engaged
Right.
in a project, and I didn't want to stop and start a hangout. But what did I do? I thought of my friends and stuff like
And you
that,
had to
and
do
then
that.
I did it, and
Exactly.
you would just do it, So,
And after a while, you got burned out
what
on it
was
after 3
what was
years.
your question, Wendy, on panel? So I can just say, hey,
What's
now.
your question? I don't know. I missed it.
Yeah. You can repeat that. I love soda bread. I love Irish. I like Irish bread with the currants, the raisins, and all that. So I love that stuff. I like a good hearty sweet bread, something like that. Scroll up. Let me see. Let's see what's going on
There's
here. Do you regret saying you're going to rape that man's daughter? That's the ultimate question.
I never said I was going to rape anyone's daughter. That's a lie.
You're welcome.
Never use the word rape on anybody on YouTube. There is no evidence of that. The word rape or said I'm going to rape.
Well, I guess there's somebody.
Like
I guess Blue can re-upload it, and we can listen to what the
Blue can
wording
re-upload
was.
whatever he wants. I never used
No,
the
I'm
word
just saying.
rape,
I'm
or I
not
never
gonna,
said
I'm
I'm
not
going
going
to
to
sexually
argue it. You
assault
answered
anybody.
the question.
Yeah.
It's answered. Let the record, let the arbiter, let the record go up about that and hear the
Right.
original article, not this implied. See, there we go. So there's a
Right.
person that knows it wasn't actually stated and is now putting a twist on it. So let's put the genuine article on and let people make their own conclusion about it. I did a video. I was
never
appalled.
said the
I
word
was
rape.
appalled. I was appalled about it.
I never
But
said the
over
word rape or said I was
over
gonna.
time, you move forward. And traveling this summer totally changed my outlook on the future and everything like that. So I'm very happy about that. So for those who wonder why after doing that video has things changed so much, because people change. That's why things move on in life. Yeah, the implication, but I'd like to, maybe Blue will upload and we could all listen to it again. But anyway, that was then. This is now. And Wendy's question was answered, and that's the important thing. Yeah, just own it and move on, and that's it. Let's go to Mason. I hear it's all warm on there. Let's see what else we got. Did I miss anything else on here? I'm gonna grab another beer. Like I said, that was I guess that was almost a year ago when that happened. So. All right, things change. It's been a good summer of travel
And again, the people bring that up. I can have a laundry list of things that were said about me and my family on that platform, and I can have a list and bring that up too. How my father and mother were viciously attacked, and I was
there
being
was some
viciously
precedence in
attacked.
using
My content was being streamed and copyright stolen. I could have a laundry list of things that was going on with me. So for every action, there's a reaction on YouTube, and words always come out. Things
To me,
always happen. So
the question is,
people bring that up. I
yeah.
can bring that up. I can get in. I can break that down and have a laundry list of things that were said about me and my family, and things that were done in my life and my channel that I don't have to explain that. Anybody who's watching knows what's going on. But if you're going to bring that up, then I've got to bring that stuff up too. You know.
All right, we'll move on. You answered the question. The real issue is: do you move forward in life?
The word rape was never used.
Do you move forward in life, or are you chained to your past? That's the question. Get a beer. And I always refuse to be chained to the past. No, Joshy Bingham, I'm done the questioning about behaviors and all that.
I don't talk about anybody on my channel. I don't stream anybody.
Yeah, that's done now. All it does is trigger people, and I'm not going down that road anymore. That's not what my channel's about.
I've been over a year never talking about
my channel's about positivity
right.
and doing the things that I enjoy doing. I absolutely refuse to be sucked into the drama swirl. I'm moving forward into the future, and I'm done with that. With that having been said, I'm going to grab another beer.
Can you grab me another Modelo?
Yeah, on my way back in, Marshall. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to have another Modelo.
If you're positive, don't be triggered.
I'm not triggered. I'm not triggered at all.
I'm not going to sit here and talk about all that stuff a year later now. It's time to move ahead. I'm here about fun, band build, and all that.
Yeah, well, there's a lot more to talk about in our lives. There's a lot going on. There's van build. There's travel aspects. There's a lot of stuff to talk about in the here and now. And the way that I live my life, in reality, the way we should live our life is in the here and now, the present. The way to live life and to be truly happy is the past is the past. You can't change what happened in the past. And as human beings, we can forecast the future, but we can't control the future.
That's the best thing you've said. You cannot change the past. That's exactly
the most important way to live life, and the way and the way that I live my life is in the here and now.
You can sure as heck control the future, but you can't change the past.
You can't change exactly, and
nothing we can do about it. There's a lot of things I'd like to change.
But the way that I like to live my life is in the here and now, and to make sure that in the here and now, in the present, that I can enjoy my life and that I can be happy. We really can't control the future or forecast the future. Anything can happen in the future, and we can't change the past. But it's the here and now is what matters. And that's the reality of life. That's the reality of life. You know? And that's the way to live life. Make sure what you're doing today in the here and now, you're happy. You can't change the past, and you really can't control the future. We're not God. We can forecast the future. We can try to control our future, but things always come up, and it doesn't always work out like the way we want it. So that's the way that I live my life, and that's the way I think everybody should live their lives. And that's the way to be happy. Worry about the here and now, worry about the present, and worry about what you're doing right at the moment. It's the moment. And right now, I'm drinking a nice Modelo beer. I'm sitting here at the Rancho, and I'm happier than I could ever be in my life. Why? Because this year has been probably one of the most greatest years of my life. In my travels, been to so many places that I wanted to go, got my teeth fixed, and doing the van build, and this has been the one of the greatest years of my life, bottom line. And I'm savoring this year, I'm savoring the moment in my life when I can say that I'm happy, that I feel positive, that I feel accomplished, and moving forward. And people can talk about the past all they want. They can make videos, they can talk about it, but the past doesn't affect my present life and my soul, doesn't affect my future. It's what I'm doing today and the here and now is what matters. And that's the reality of life. And that's the way to live life. You know, the old saying, even the Bible says, we will never forget sin, but we can forgive sin. Nobody's perfect. But even in the Bible it says, in order to be forgiven by your Father in heaven, you should forgive your brother and sister for their sins. Because God forgives us for our sins. Nobody's perfect. Will we ever forget someone who sinned against us? No. But can we forgive? And should we forgive? Well, according to the Bible and according to God, we should forgive. Why? Because God gives us a chance. And we should give other people a chance. Nothing is set in stone. And that's the way that I live my life. I forgive people. I won't forget, but I'll forgive and I'll move on. And that's the way to live life. That's what the Bible says. If you guys know a different way, or if you know a better way, please let me know. But I follow God's way. And that's what God's word says. He says, forgive in order to be forgiven and receive salvation. That's what the Bible says. And that's a basic premise of morality. Doesn't matter what religion you are or what you believe. I think that's the right way to live morally. I think that's the right way. If you're a religious person, that's what I believe. And if someone has a better answer than that, let me know. You ever heard that verse in the Bible, Rosie?
Here's the worst words.
You don't read the Bible that much,
Worst
huh?
5 words in the English language. I'm out of beer.
You're out of beer. Why don't you get another
I'm out
Modelo?
of beer.
Get you a Modelo.
It's all right. I'm going to have a little bit of bourbon.
I'm quoting one of the scriptures, Rosie. Now, for a year of my life, I was a reborn Christian. Probably my early 20s. I had a friend of mine, an Assyrian guy who's a Christian apologist. He debates Muslims. His YouTube channel is called Shamonian. Shamounian. He's an Assyrian guy who lived his life as a Muslim and a Christian, and he's a world-renowned. He debates Muslims. He's got a website called Answering Islam. And I became a reborn Christian. I had the New International Version Bible. I had the conviction of the Holy Spirit, and I'd follow the Word of God by the book. And I realized, learned a lot from religion and life, but I realized that that it's tough to follow the book. It's one way.
Cheers,
one thing to read
everybody.
The book, it's another thing to follow the book. You know what the Bible says, Rosie? You can drink but not get drunk. Have you ever read the Bible, Rosie?
No. Nope.
You grew up Catholic.
Yeah, well, Catholicism is not a Bible-based, religion. It's the emphasis wasn't on that. Cheers, everybody.
She's not down in my Modelo. She's thinking about me.
Yes, I did, Matronista. It was horrifying. And God bless you.
You know what I wanted to say, Rosie? That Budweiser beer. I mean, the Michelob Ultra is fine, but the Budweiser is terrible. Anybody who drinks Budweiser, it's the most disgusting, one of the most disgusting beers that you can have.
Cheers,
Bitter.
Cat.
It's terrible. I can't believe anybody would drink Budweiser. Michelob Ultra is doable. Coors
You'll
is doable.
have a chance to face the boss on Thursday and talk to him about your thoughts on Budweiser.
Budweiser
Bobby,
is
that's all he drinks is Budweiser.
That's a terrible beer. I wouldn't drink that if you gave it to me for free. In fact, I took a sip out of a can.
I enjoy it.
I couldn't drink it. I had to dump it. It was pretty disgusting. I don't know how anybody can drink Budweiser, but that's
The
just
king of beers, baby. I'm going to buy a cattle prod for safety.
It's a bitter, disgusting beer.
I don't think so. I think it's a good beer. I like Budweiser. I mean, you know, I think some beers are very overrated. Yeah, that's how you become the #1 beer. You know, millions. Yeah. Yuengling is a good beer. That's a good beer.
Landshart Lager is it's okay, but I think the best beer is Modelo and Dos Equis.
I don't enjoy them. Shiner Bock's the best, and I think you're paying too much money for beer. Ice cold beer is the best. That's the way I feel. Started prepping last week till I got the munchies. Yeah, beer's 97. Yeah, Janet the boss meeting Marshall. That should be an experience. Let's see. I don't know what Van is talking about. Let me scroll up and see if I missed anything here. Black Butte. I like dark beers. I enjoy. What do I enjoy? I enjoy Guinness Stout. I enjoy that beer. I enjoy a beer called Death and Taxes. They don't have any more tours. They've stopped the tours of Budweiser. Shimmer Soul says you look great in makeup, Elvis. There you go. For first time out of the gate, I think it was pretty good.
If anybody thought I was pretty as Marcella Kardashian, can you give me a 81?
Hey, Jen,
that's the year I was
how
born,
you doing,
81.
honey?
If I was pretty as Marcella
Wow, you never had a beer,
that's 81.
Matronista. Do you drink wine, Matronista? Yeah, no problem, Van. No problem.
Give me an 81 if you thought I was sexy as Marcella Kardashian.
If you think.
Come on, girls. You know I was good looking.
Wow, okay. Well, that's nothing wrong with that, Matronista.
Shimmer Soul likes me, see? She likes Marcella.
German grapefruit beer.
Frankie likes
I mean, I feel the same. Life has passed me by. You know, coffee used to just be coffee just used to be coffee. You'd go into a cafe or something and you would just ask for a coffee. Now it's almost like you're standing on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.
I kind of agree with Matronista. I like mixed drinks. Vodka and mixing it with cranberry is just so smooth. It's just so much better than beer. You don't feel bloated.
Yeah, I never got into mixture. I just like to drink my... I'd like to drink my bourbon over the rocks. How you doing, Dee? Nice to see you. Maxwell. Yeah, what do we have? Farmer Brothers?
Hills Brothers.
Hills Brothers. God forbid we pay up for Farmer Brothers.
The best coffee is Chicory Coffee by Cafe Du Monde or Community
I couldn't
Coffee.
even drink it. I had it one time in the coffee maker, and I thought I just didn't enjoy it at all. That's what makes taste different out there.
Lodada says tequila makes me lose my bra. My ex-girlfriend used to like to drink. What's a
bra? 7 and 7 with a twist. There you go. I never really got into mixing soda with mixed with alcohol. To me, I want to taste all of the bourbon flavor. So that's why one reason I never really favor vodka. It's pretty flavorless in there. Blinky, how you doing, sweetie? I didn't even see you in here. I hope you're doing well. Right, Great Value Coffee is Tim Hortons.
Is that Blinky from Australia?
Randy drank hard liquor. I couldn't stand it. Did you hear what Catcher on the Rye said? Great Value Coffee is Tim Hortons. Had a friend who worked for Walmart for years. Yeah, give me coffee, cream, and sugar.
I can't get Tim Hortons to taste good. Even over here, I tried to make it, and it tastes bitter. It's just, I don't know what they do in Canada. It just doesn't taste good. I try to make it.
Yeah, we can't figure it out.
It's
As soon
better.
as I crossed the border into Detroit, it was or Buffalo. It was
You know
game
what's a
over.
good coffee?
There you go. There
French
you go.
roast, Maxwell House. French roast is a good coffee.
But there's something very special about Tim Hortons. I mean, Marshall used to laugh. Man, 3 times a day, Rosie's over there at Tim Hortons getting a large coffee.
The best coffee is Cafe Du Monde in New Orleans with the beignets. Nope, nothing can beat that.
He'd be on the phone to Mr. X. Yeah. She's over there getting another large coffee at Tim's. I just couldn't believe how good it tastes. Thought you all looked beautiful on Halloween. Best part of it, yeah, we had a very fun time. They're smooth. Smooth says it's the cream that they use. It could
Maybe
be.
it is. You know what, Matronista? When you make those little Keurig coffee things, I think you have to use a certain cream. I don't know what it is. It's just bitter. I've tried to make it over here. Maybe you got to use a really heavy cream. I
Well,
don't
what
know
are you
what it is.
using with the coffee press? How's that working for you?
Well, the coffee press is good. It's a really good thing to use, the coffee press, because you're not wasting money on filters. You get more flavor out of the coffee.
Scotty said add a bit of salt to the Tim Hortons and see if it tastes better.
I think it's all about the cream.
Might be a little hack. I don't know. It's just something different. When we crossed the border, it was like I went back to 7-Eleven coffee, and it was better than the Tim's, and that's just the way I felt when I had it. Jamaica Blue Mountain Kona. I love a good pour over.
I think coffee it's very difficult to find a smooth coffee that's not bitter and to have a good creamy cream in there. You got to use a really good cream. I think cream is the key. I believe that's what it is. Milk just doesn't do it. It just doesn't. It's not strong enough. So I don't know. Maybe you guys need you coffee snobs out there. You have to take the bitterness away, and the only thing that'll do that is really good quality cream.
Yeah, I like their blueberry muffins at Tim Hortons, and I like to get the they call it a Long John at Dunkin' Donuts.
The best coffee is, no question about it, Cafe Du Monde in New Orleans. I don't know how they make it or what they do, but it's the best coffee. Best coffee ever had. You know, there's a science to coffee. You know,
Well, like I said, the Michael Rivers said you just contradicted yourself. Chicory is very bitter.
it's bitter, but
Yeah, see,
the
I
way they
don't want
mix
bitter
the
in
way
a
they
friggin'
mix the
coffee.
cream in there, it makes it smooth, or the kind of cream they're using. Did you know? Have you ever heard of Leidenheimer bread?
Nope.
It's a special French bread that's made in New Orleans. It's the best French bread you ever had to put your mouth on. It's really good. You know what a muffalata is?
Mm-hmm.
Rosie needs to get some Creole Cajun food in her.
Yeah, well, tell them about the last time I had Cajun.
Well,
On your recommendation.
the Vietnamese lady burned her
Oh,
ass.
we're going to Crispy Cajun. This place is great. And
You
he's
know the
like, how do
story?
you want the heat to be? And I said like a 2 something. On a scale of 1 to 10, I said a 2, and she's like, that's pretty hot. And then Marshall steps up. I'll take a 6 on. He could only eat about 10 bites.
Did you
And
know?
he looked like a
No.
cherry, like your head was gonna pop off.
Did you know that lady? That lady, her husband was a black man from New Orleans. That Vietnamese lady, and she took his recipe and she divorced him and kicked him out of the business and took the business over. Did you know that?
Mm. What did you have for dinner? I had a salad and I had some leftover spaghetti from last night. Marshall's biggest shocker was there's no big cooking going on.
Well, you know what Rosie O'Kelly needs. She needs one of those Ronco.
Thank you.
She needs one of those pasta makers where she rolls the dough out, okay, and makes her own pasta. Okay, because fresh pasta is good, and if she's gonna,
No, I just use the bag stuff and just put some shredded carrot on top, and I had a little bit of shredded cheese that's been sitting around here, and I use that. I'm very simple for my eats.
she doesn't cook. She doesn't. Rosie doesn't. Rosie doesn't cook.
Yeah, there is an attachment for it from Pasta Maker. For me, I'd rather just I don't know, I'd just get the Barilla and just call it done on that. So for me, I'd rather take time doing other stuff than be in the
See,
kitchen.
Lori
Cooking.
Green is a cook. I've heard her cooking Jewish food, Israeli food for her husband. Potato pancakes. Man, you know how good those are?
Mm-hmm.
Potato pancakes. I bet you Lori Green makes a mean potato pancake. Lori Green? You guys know what potato pancakes are? Well, you got to be Jewish to know what potato pancakes are. Maybe a lot of you don't know what they are. But my husband is a better cook than you. You ought to make a video of making potato pancakes. Potato pancakes are good, man. They are seriously good. You know what's really good, Rosie? If you get cauliflower and just fry it in some olive oil, golden brown, drain it, put a little bit of salt in there, and dip it in ketchup. You ever had it?
In ketchup?
Yeah. To dip fried
No,
cauliflower in ketchup.
I'll mix cauliflower with the broccoli and have a nice medley.
You mean steamed? It's actually good fried.
Lori Green says, I've never had a leftover. Wow. I hate to waste food. So I just made a mess of spaghetti that I could eat because I don't want to take a lot of time. I've been making chicken salad every day. Today I bought 2 rotisserie chickens hoping I would have to make it again tomorrow. One of my greatest memories of Marshall circa 2014 was when he would go to the Walmart and wait till 7 p.m. midnight when they would two for the price of 1 chicken or something. Wasn't that, Marshall? And you'd bring it back and just tear into that into that chicken.
I'm going to give you a quiz question, Rose. Let's see what I answer. Where do you think in 2014?
Do you remember that? Going to Walmart and getting cheap chicken, you know?
Where do you think, let's see, answer question for everybody. Where do you guys think was the first place I ever slept in the Lisa Marie overnight? It was in Little Rock, Arkansas, North Little Rock, actually. Sherwood, somewhere around there. But where do you think it was? Let's see if you guys know the answer. What do you think, Rose?
I wanted to say casino, but probably not.
No.
There.
No. You're close, but not. Let's see if anybody knows the answer. The first business. I don't know. What type of business was it? Let's see if people know. Let's see if people know.
The zoo.
Okay, I'll give you guys a clue. It starts with the letter H. H.
In your sister's parking lot.
I slept at a place, but it starts with the letter H. The type of business. What could it be? Giving you a hint. H.
I don't know. I was going to say a strip club or something.
Not a high school. Not a Home Depot. Not a Hardee's. Starts with the letter H. You got it. Hospital.
Did you feel I was safe in the hospital to park there?
I was working on my security site, and it was cold. It was freezing, and I talked to the security guard. I'm like, hey, man, can I park here? And he said, yeah. He said, look.
Homeless shelter.
He said, we even have a hookup for an RV if you want to hook up. That was pretty cool, yeah. And I parked there, and, it was cold. And I'm not used to that. I'm new to this. And I couldn't sleep at all, That was the first night. was at a hospital emergency room parking lot. Well, let me try this out in my van. Let me see if I can sleep. I couldn't sleep a lick at all.
That's the way it was when I came out of the heat of Los Algodones in Mexico, and we hit Santa Clarita. I thought I was going to freeze to death overnight.
Really?
In there. And that was only in the low 40s or something over there. So that was amazing.
Rosie gets cold fast.
I will be putting some spray insulation, building up the walls a little bit again in there. It's actually got a pretty good layer of insulation in there. He's actually going to notice a big difference with the flooring being doubled up now down there. The insulation factor that Coach went up. Needed help with the crabs.
Elvis, can you tell me who's...
Oh, you remember that Matronista? So do I. We always laugh about that these days. When the thug came across your property. It's funny, Matronista's been
Well,
here a long time.
let me tell you what happened there, Matronista.
Oh, I know, Jimmy. Darn it. Yeah, I will thank you.
Let me tell you guys what happened here, right? I'm on my property.
No problem, D.
I'm on my property, and I'm walking with my shirt off. And all of a sudden, two guys walk. They're walking from the apartment complex.
Hey, Tess. How you doing, babe?
At this point, my family didn't have no trespassing signs. There's no fence, nothing, you know. So these guys walk up to me while I'm walking up my driveway, and they look at me and they're like, "Hey, you got a nice sweater on." Now I'm a hairy guy. Now I look back at him and I say to myself, and these guys are within maybe 2 feet away from me.
Take care, Mindy.
And I said to myself, okay.
All right, man.
Let me see what I'm going to do now. Then I figured to myself, they're walking through private property. So my security officer training went in. And
this was on video, didn't you?
I got this on video, and they were walking to the grocery store.
That channel taken down? There was a lot of great content.
Yeah, they were walking to the channel. This guy one of the guys ends up walking back, and I took out my phone.
Hey, Goldie Con.
And I'm like, okay, now I'm going to try to get this guy on legality.
This is the security training.
He was
and
walking.
This guy was a thug, man.
No, this guy was just a meth head, but an armed meth head. Now let me tell you this. So the guy walked up, and I had warned him before he got onto the property when he was walking back from the grocery store to the apartment complex. I'm like, look, this is private property.
This was on video, by the way.
You can't come in here because this is private property. Well, he didn't obey my order. He walked up, and as I had the camera on, I'm not gonna mention what he said, but overall, he had threatened.
He wanted to kill you.
He had threatened after that.
He threatened to kill you on camera.
No, after that,
he
off
said, I'm
camera.
gonna kill you.
After camera, no. After I had told him don't come on the property. After the camera went off,
remember that, Jimmy?
He says, "I have a weapon, and I'm gonna shoot. I have a gun. I'm gonna shoot you." Now, what I did was,
God love Arkansas.
I called law enforcement, and I let them know. They found out who the guy was. The guy lived in the apartment complex with another woman, and they both were showing firearms on their Facebook. Now, I went to the police department. I went to the sheriff's department, and I was going to press charges on him for, number one, he put his hand on my shoulder. That's assault. Number two, he was walking and trespassing on private property. So I was going to get him subpoenaed to court, and he would be probably facing community service and also trespassing the property. but I had to get out of town. But after that, I had posted no trespassing signs on the property, and I didn't have the money to put up a fence. But the bottom line is that you've got, think about this, Rosie. You said you ran into the same problem at the rancho. Now, if you didn't have a fence here at the rancho,
I didn't at that time.
right?
There were people that were just cutting
There
the
are people
corner
cutting
yeah,
across. Now,
waving to me while I was eating breakfast. you know.
right. Now think about it.
Thugs.
Yeah, now think about this. If you had this thing open, right, and somebody walked in and said, "Hey," made a comment. In other words, they're walking onto private property. But what does the law say? If there's no signs posted, it's fair game. If there's no actually, you have to have signs posted technically. So
You know, you almost killed my Vegas fun with your private property shtick.
right. So in other words, right now Rosie's got the fence here, but still the law says you have to have signs posted, and you don't have any signs posted on the rancho.
No, but I do have a 6-foot fence.
Right.
Isn't
Exactly.
there an implication that, you know, you're going where
You're going where you're
shut out? you know?
exactly. So it's a dangerous situation. Let me tell you something. When you're on a 3-acre property in Arkansas, and you have no fence, you have no barrier, and in the nighttime you hear a noise, you want to talk about creepy?
Yeah,
It's creepy. Okay.
I hear that. Hey, how you doing, For? Nice to see you. Yeah, I binged on your casino shoots yesterday. Oh, my only regret, there was a ton of great content that went down. I accidentally blew out of 3 or 4 months on my own channel by not understanding the delete function would go over to the next page and you would take out swaths of your videos. But there was a lot of great content that came down and that early days, that early channel, you know, the motel stuff and all that.
Rosie probably needs to go to Arkansas and see where I grew up at.
Marshall's like, I want to go to Baltimore and see where.
Yeah,
check it all
I'd like
out.
to see where
He
Rosie
wants to
grew
go
up at.
choo-choo
I think
in
it'll
that.
explain to me why she lives the way she lives and how she is. I can't understand Rosie
Oh, thank you for scores.
until I see where she grew up at. That will define and explain to me why she is the way
Well,
she
explain
is.
how I live now. How do I live now?
Rosie is a very minimalistic, simple, frugal, salt of the earth kind of person.
That defines Baltimore.
You know, Rosie is one of those people, if she was a gas station clerk at a gas station, she'd hold a conversation with you for a half an hour while she's packing the potato chips on the shelf. She's just a salt of the earth kind of gal. You know,
I'd rather be packing sausage, baby.
she's the kind of person that would, probably give expired food to homeless people and not care about the implications of a lawsuit. And she would be doing. She's the kind of person that wouldn't break the law, but she twists the rules to help out the guy on the bottom. That's the kind of person.
Well, I think that's the thing that shocked you when you got here.
Right.
You kind of extrapolated it because I baked, and I must be cooking like, bring on the chicken dinner.
I was thinking to myself, okay,
Marshall's
hold on
like,
a sec.
What's for dinner? Ramen noodle and salad.
I was thinking to myself,
He's like,
okay.
I mean, what are you really gonna eat? Like, what are you really gonna eat for dinner? That's like an afternoon snack. What are you really gonna cook tonight?
When you guys see Rosie baking these really muffins and all these cakes, I thought to myself, man, is there gonna be is there gonna be macaroni and cheese?
Oh, there we go, 4 scores.
Is there gonna be Salisbury steak and macaroni on cheese for dinner tonight? And then you come to the realization when you come to the rancho, all you got in the pantry is just some ramen noodle soup and back salad. I got more stuff to eat.
Why do I feel like I'm in a Little Debbie commercial here?
You're talking about bare bones, Dollar Tree, food pantry, food at the rancho.
Yeah, I hate to burst Tess is like, Rosie, you're not making all these great recipes I'm putting in here. Sorry, Tess.
I thought in my head, Rosie.
Why don't you do? I know I should, Laura.
Rosie would put out a 4-star.
Ocean City. There you go, Matronista. Yep.
I thought Rosie's going to be doing baked macaroni and cheese and meatloaf and collard greens and.
Thank you, Kaylee. Marsh, what are you having? What's for dinner?
Ramen
and salad.
If
You're
you
like,
come
no,
to the
what's
rancho,
really for dinner tonight?
If you come to the rancho, pack your lunch. A warning: get your lunchbox.
You'll be eating like a burger.
There ain't much to eat around here, folks. You better pack your
I
lunchbox.
remember that first night that Marshall opened the refrigerator inside. He's like, "There's nothing in here."
Yeah.
He's eating George's hot dog.
That's all there is to eat. I had to snack on George's Oscar Mayer turkey franks. There's nothing to eat in there. Just nothing to eat in this place, man.
There wasn't shit, man.
No.
Oh man.
You might get lucky if you find a can of tuna or some canned corn or something, but
Yeah.
you're talking about a person that survives on ramen noodles and back salad and some $1,000 dressing. I mean, that's stuff that I can get from the Dollar Tree store. I mean,
oh, there
Rosie
we go,
eats,
Scottish. I wish you'd eat Little Debbie.
Rosie eats like a van dweller. She eats like a person who's one
So
of
I
these
had
guys.
no problem on the road. I was
Yeah.
training up in life when I hit the road. It was like having
Exactly.
yeah, a can of corn and all that. Yeah, you like that when I snort in my I hear you for.
Now, if you have a motorhome and you come to the rancho, you're made. You have all your food with you. You're stocked up. Park in the back, and you make it a camping.
Make sure you stop at the grocery
Make
store.
it a camping day. But if you come here and you're not a nomad, you better make sure you stop at the grocery store because there ain't nothing to eat over
We
there.
do put down Sunday dinner, you know.
Well,
That's about it.
it's the official cut is the tri-tip.
Yeah. Poor
But,
Georgie's starving around here. I know.
Make sure you guys stock up if you ever come here. So
You talk about the look on his face when he looked into that fridge. I thought he'd think he's going to be grazing on that.
well, I gave Georgie today. Today I gave him, or the other day I gave him some canned corned beef, and Georgie was checking out, and he was like eyeballing me.
I'm not sure, Chuck. Oh, thank you, Odds. You're sweet. Yeah, I'm an old broad. Yeah, you gave Georgie some cheese today, huh?
Chuck has got a question for you.
You should have done a video about paying it forward to feeding Georgie.
To Georgie?
some of that.
Yeah, I got to officially make a video feeding Georgie because Georgie is part of the
Yeah,
Wonderful
always
family.
make a note to yourself. Make sure if you come to the rancho to load up on groceries before you get here. I literally, between Missy Jen and I, she gets a lot of pre-prepared meals. I bet our whole food bill isn't $200 a month. And Marshall will be like, I'm surprised it's that much.
I mean, okay, let's picture this. Let's picture
Probably
this.
more like $120 a month or
This
something.
is Rosie's. This is Rosie's food for the day.
Thank you, Fourscores. Did you see any of my RV washes in there?
This is Rosie's food for the day. Coffee
There
and
you
donut.
go, D's. Got to have some meat, baby.
Coffee and donut in the morning. No snacking. No breakfast. No lunch. 5, 6 o'clock comes around. A little cup of ramen noodle soup. Bagged organic greens, carrots, and $1,000 dressing. And that's it.
baby.
There's no way I could survive off of that. I mean, that's
Just
that's
think about it. Yeah,
malnutrition.
check it out, dude. Check out some of my legendary RV washes on there. And car washes, bikini washes. Just put bikini wash into the.
She's a very
search box.
simple eater. The most simple.
Yep.
And when she goes to Friday Night Foodies, that's a treat. And she's been doing that. But that's one time where she did that for a while.
I know ramen's bad for me, but it
It's high
is what
sodium.
it is.
It's high sodium.
And I don't know, I had a checkup, 120 over 57, my blood pressure, so, which
Why don't you
isn't
make
bad.
your own soup? Make your own soup. You got.
You know how much time? Do you want me to build the van or be in the kitchen?
Well, I mean,
Jeez.
soup you could set it and forget it. Like wrong.
Yeah, I hear you, Terry.
Why don't you get you a crock pot? Put some stuff in the crock pot and let it, you know, make you a minestrone soup or vegetable.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's the bottom line.
You know, I mean, it's like I said, Rosie is, you know.
Where's your protein? I guess we get meat like on Sunday, and then whatever we do on Friday night foodies. That's about it.
Have you ever made a souffle?
I don't know, Monique. I just eat to live. If I never got out of my college diet, basically. So.
What about souffles? You ever made one?
Do I look like it's fucking Julia Child's kitchen here, Marshall? Jesus Christ. Souffles. God damn. A fucking souffle? Jesus Christ. We're doing ramen in a pot and he's asking about a souffle right now. I
thought Rosie was the transgender version of Julia
Why don't
Child.
you just ask for beef Wellington tomorrow and I'll put a pastry shell around some beef? Holy shit, I eat ramen, I guess about probably 5 nights a week.
Man.
Holy Jesus. A souffle. Tonight on Cooking with Rosie. Hello! Today on the French Chef, we'll be making a souffle. Yeah, Bobby used to bring pizza over on the Thursday night. We usually are in that schedule, but with Halloween and all that, I don't know. It's all, yeah, go to a restaurant if you want. Julia Child ate Korean noodles, yeah. Yeah, he blew the cover off of Life on the Rancho here.
I mean, Marshall, get in there and
rattle some pots.
I want to make some jambalaya. Yeah, I like jambalaya.
I'll get in there and whop up a meal one time.
I've seen Rosie cook. What is she? She did something with her pizza sauce. She made a pizza one time, but that's bacon. What does she make with her pizza sauce? It was just pizza, yeah.
I make a good chili.
Lasagna. She's made lasagna.
Lasagna, great beef stew. People love the beef stew recipe. I've made it a few times. Turkey's good. I thought, Perfect says, I'm with Elvis. I thought Rosie was a chef.
That's what I thought.
Disappointing.
I'm like, hey, I'm like, damn. If somebody can get up
yes,
and bake
canned chicken,
bake at 1 a.m, you would think they're gonna make a good meal, but no. I mean, Rosie doesn't like to cook. She just likes to bake. She's not a chef. I mean, I'm sure she wanted to cook.
It's not that I don't like to. It's just that other things just, I'd like to be doing other stuff besides cooking,
Right.
Just what it is. Crock pot of the beef roast yesterday. That sounds good. Sounds real good.
Crock pot is nice. You just set it and forget it. Crock pot.
I make a good bean soup.
Yeah.
Bean with bacon, the copy recipe. Great soup.
Yeah.
On that, you bought a ton of filet mignon. Jeez, Winky, you made the money or what? We get meat once a week around here. Love my crock pot. I bet you do, Tess. Tess, are you mad at me? You throw down all those good recipes and I'm just doing ramen noodles.
If I was a Chinese...
Tess is like, this is all wasted on Rosie.
If I was a Chinese food fanatic like Rosie, because that's her favorite food is Chinese, I'd be having a walk and making my own stir fry. I was surprised she doesn't do that. Okay, that's her number one. That's
Yeah, I
her-
just made great ciabatta bread. That was wonderful. We make wings in our air fryer. That's cool.
Rosie needs to get a wok and do her wok cooking for herself because that she's into the
I
Chinese
usually
food.
do that at Super Bowl time. I'll throw down shrimp and all kinds of good stuff to
Right.
eat here. Thank you, Tess. Yeah, I'm a baker. I really enjoy baking. Instapot's supposed to be good too. Omaha steak. Wow, it's big money stuff out there. You know, my hand is like has to be pried open for food and things.
Well, like I said, somebody, you can't. You got to have flavor in food. You know, ramen noodle and Thousand Island and salad's gonna get old after a while. You got to have variety. You know.
Yeah, how about bar ass ranch hot dog?
Yeah, I mean it's
Lucky you didn't catch when we were on that kick.
yeah.
Bar ass
That's
hot
the
dog.
99-cent hot dogs.
When's
Yeah.
my Allentown trip, huh? What plans do you have for Rosie there? Four scores. Yeah, so how often do you eat ramen? About 5 times a week. 5 nights a week. Friday, I usually go out Friday night foodies, and then Sunday, we usually, Missy Jen will cook something up on Sunday.
Well, I mean
Well, it helps me maintain my figure, right?
ramen, you could use your own spices. You could put veggies in there. You could put meat
Yeah, I
in
could
there.
do a lot of things. Yep. Sometimes I'll throw broccoli in and some other things to kind of ramp it up a little bit. What's your favorite ramen noodle flavor? Would be chicken flavor, and I like the hot Korean ramen. I think that's good. Oh boy, we can sneak in and shoot the old Bethlehem steel grounds. I know the ways in. Can we hit the strip bars for?
My favorite flavor.
Make sure I'm in there
IRC
on
is-
amateur night. I'll do a lap dance in there.
I like
right?
chicken picante IRC for mine. I
Chicken
don't know.
picante.
For ramen.
Ramen doesn't.
Marashan.
No, I haven't seen that, D. Yeah, Bully, I'm just getting ready to pack out. I'm sorry that you're coming in late. Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer was an asshole. Okay, thank you. Anyway, you just bet I'm ready to wrap it
Yeah,
up.
I'm ready to-
I can't be tomorrow Saturday. I want to get all the flooring done tomorrow. I love you guys for
Yeah.
being on the hangout. Thanks for making it fun tonight, and have yourselves a wonderful night. I will be seeing you tomorrow. And Winky, he had a truck came back and they had boxes of different vacuums. I bought over $200 worth. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. I'm going to go cook some ramen noodles up, guys. Have a wonderful evening, and thanks for spending some time.